Dude, they call me the kangaroo.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better ask about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, host of the show, man. Still silly sauce with the show in. Till then, it's half moon open. Sometimes go takes like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded again. What is in store? Like under the seat of the driver's side floor, it's Gucci's galore. So many more from 6 in the more. It's never a more. Man, if I'm honest, the damage is done. Silly sauce on unlimited funds. Join us on Twitch for unlimited fun. J-Fig and Marcos, you with it or what?
Tobin, two Tobin is.
Oh, dude. Bench Kyle Lowry is a thing, dude. It is a thing. Bench low dog. Yeah. Like a little funny. Just a little energized.
Started early.
He comes in there, Leroy, comes in as a reserve, and he just leads that offense. You know, a real maestro. A real maestro, this Kyle Lowry.
I like it. He went from Kyle Chaos to Kyle Calm.
Yep.
Leads it.
Calm of the storm. Everybody just knows where to go. It's a beautiful thing. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. We got 15 minutes of heat coming up later on this hour and plenty to get to, as it was actually a nice, easy, breezy heat game. I don't even know how to deal with it myself.
Hey,
I'll be honest with you.
Listen, I was like, oh, you know what? I might go do something else. But then every time I left the TV, I kept doing this.
You were a little nervous. You didn't know.
right. Because every time I went to get up, Memphis made a 3. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Listen, they tried, but not to no avail. We'll get to it a little bit later. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
We are streaming live, by the way. You guys can watch us, Miami 560 WQAM, on YouTube and Twitch. That is our channel. And lots of silly sauce to get to here today. But I got to tell you, Leroy, this World Baseball Classic, I'm in. I am in.
Now, are you shocked? Like the first couple of or like the first year, the first couple of times they had it, it seems like there was more talk about it. And even though, you know, the games are great and it's fun watching, it doesn't seem like there's as much pomp and circumstance as it was when it started.
I don't know.
I'm talking about nationally. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really hear about it.
It's going to get a lot of national attention today because something really, you know, it's always the negativity that has to bring the vultures, because yesterday was amazing. And it was Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. Winner advances, loser leaves town. All right. It was high stakes. And Puerto Rico ends up winning, which you wouldn't know if you were watching FS1, because they decided the genius idea was, hey, let's take this winner take all match and let's move it to Fox Sports 2 so we can get to USA versus Colombia, which I was like, hey, dude, Jorge Alfaro should not be bumping anybody off of a network. I like walk back in the room. The Heat game just wrapped up, and I'm like, what? I'm like, the game wasn't over. Like, what happened to my baseball game? What the hell? Why is USA versus Colombia on? And it's like, this can now be found on FS2. I'm like, I don't know where to find that.
There's an FS2?
There is an FS2.
I barely can find FS1.
I know. And I was like, what is this?
And you know it's not right, because where these stations are, you know it's not right next to the other station.
It has to be the farthest 1 from 2 in the history of television. Because on DirecTV, it's like the 200s where all the sports channels are, the national ones. And then the FS2 is in the 600s. It's right there next to ACC Network, another one that
Golf Channel.
I have to always go on an
Don't forget, right next to Golf Channel.
Yeah. So
fishing shows.
That's not what everybody's going to be outraged by. What everybody's going to be outraged by, obviously, was Edwin Diaz, the Mets closer, who has probably the coolest intro. I don't like the Mets, but he has probably the coolest closer intro since Mariano Rivera's Enter Sandman. Like, everybody loves that Timmy trumpet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
We got the guy with the trumpet.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, dude.
They've even stolen it at the Heat games. You know, for one of the Mike Biamonte will always do is stand up and make some noise. Yeah. They'll start playing this at the Heat games now, but that's his song. And so they win yesterday. He's celebrating, and they go, they're doing a little like huddle jump, and all of a sudden he goes down in a heap.
He gets hurt.
Gets hurt, dude. Gets hurt in the celebration. In the celebration, they have to wheelchair. First, they pick him off. First, they pick him up, and they were going to carry him. Then they get him to the wheelchair and wheel him off. Terrible news.
Well, listen, you can say all you want about the World Baseball Classic and guys getting hurt or whatever, but always leave a little room for stupid, right? like the only way this wouldn't happen if they would have lost.
Does baseball lead the world of sports in injuries while celebrating?
No.
What the hell?
Football does. You remember the Grammaticas, and you remember the linebacker, is it Bullock? The linebacker from Detroit that blew out his knee celebrating?
Ted Ginn in the national championship, I believe, returned a kick and then broke his toe.
Didn't Vontae Davis get hurt doing Cam Wake celebration?
Well, here's the problem. Vontae Davis.
Or did Cam Wake get hurt? Am I thinking about Vontae Davis shushing his home crowd?
I've seen.
I can't remember.
I see Robert get a teeth knocked out on the celebration. He turned around after he scored a touchdown, and one of the linemen headbutted him, and his face mask hit him in the mouth.
Wow.
He's holding a tooth in his hand. And you can't fix it right then and there. So for the rest of the game, you go in the huddle and you looking at Robert. He looked like a jack-o'-lantern. Believe me, nobody was talking football in the huddle. We was talking about that chipped tooth.
Was he whistling while he was talking?
No, because he's way too serious. Right? like he's way.
Was he mad?
Was he talking about Formula One?
No, it wasn't that he was mad. He was just annoyed because, dude, the thing about football is there's guys on the football field that no matter what silly things they do, they never get hurt. So they're ruffians. The offensive lineman, the defensive line, they play rough. If you're a little guy and you friends with one of them guys, you're going to get sucked into something. So that's why you ever notice sometimes when guys score, they run. Nope, we ain't doing this. Nope.
But anyway, the top headline today is Puerto Rico oust Dominican Republic at WBC, but Edwin Diaz hurts knee celebrating.
So we don't know the extent of it.
We don't, but I mean,
it could be out for the year, or it could be Paul Pierce and he pitches tomorrow.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right?
He was crying. His brother was crying.
Crying,
dude. It was in tears.
Then if there's some tears, that means he fears there's something serious.
He goes in under an MRI today.
Well, you don't have to. I'm telling you.
Multiple sources tell
guys don't cry over injuries if they're going to be back on Tuesday.
Multiple sources told ESPN they fear that the injury will have him out for a significant period of time.
Yeah. If he's crying, think about it. If an athlete is crying after not winning a championship, either one of his boys got significantly hurt or he did. And he realizes he's going to be out for a while.
It's just a bad scenario because it's this is, I feel like, the most fun baseball is. The atmospheres are insane. They are so good for singles. Singles, people are going crazy yesterday. Puerto Rico's going crazy yesterday at Lone Depot Park. Today I was watching Shohei Ohtani today on Japan because I was still on FS2. And I turned on FS2. Oh, dude. You want to know why he's the best? You want to know why he's the best? Shohei Ohtani. You feel I'm Shohei Ohtani. I'm the best player in baseball. Okay.
At two skills.
This dude, first of all, he hit 102 at one point today. 102. Then he gets his team going. This infield's back on Italy. And they think they're so cute. Lays down a bunt and gets his runner over to third and beats it out. I'm like, who does that? What star's doing that? Where he's just playing smart baseball, started a huge rally, ended up with a 3-run homer that inning for, I think Okamoto hit it for Japan. So I got to tell you, I love this Shohei Ohtani. I love him.
He's gonna make $500 million
He should. He deserves it.
because guess what? Here's the crazy
You know,
thing.
you know what's going to happen when he makes that $500 million? They're
What?
never going to let him play in a World Baseball Classic again.
Wait,
Because this Edwin
Here-
Diaz injury is going to ruin it.
but here's what's crazy. Is that he can make 300 million as a pitcher or 300 million as a hitter.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you basically get the deal by only making a $500 million deal. A twofer. BOGO. You get BOGO. 500 million. You get BOGO.
All right. We got March Madness getting underway during our show today. So that'll be exciting. I got to go fill out my brackets.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing.
got to do that. I got to get
All
to
right.
it. We're going to go Dina Lang style, just random picking them Randy because
Hey,
I've
Hey,
done no
hey,
research.
hey. Would you like to have a little wager?
What do you want on it?
I don't know. What should we do? What should we do? What should
Maryland
we
and
do?
Maryland and West Virginia is our first game coming up today at 12:15. 8 seed
Oh, I'm-
Maryland, 9
I'm gonna
seed
tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna take all of 3 minutes.
I'm picking Maryland for Little Tua,
All
even
right.
though he plays for the football team.
Really?
Where am I going to be able to watch this? Is this going to be on the Hallmark Channel?
This one is on CBS.
Hey, isn't that crazy?
This is annoying. And then you got Virginia,
Yeah.
the Fighting Crotties, taking on Furman
Is that what? Okay.
at 12:40. That's on True
Furman.
TV. Do we
What
get
is it?
True TV?
Not. By the way,
We'll find
not the racist guy. This is actually a college.
It's called Furman, yeah.
Yeah.
And if we had Robbie here, he could tell us their mascot in 3 seconds. The Paladins. How about that? All right. We'll take a quick break. Lots to get to here on the show. Back with more after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hey, Snoop Dogg is bringing his high school reunion tour to the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm this August. And we want you to go. For your chance to win, head on over to WQM.com and enter. You could be seeing Snoop Dogg with Wiz Khalifa and more. It's a Live Nation show, and those tickets are courtesy of Live Nation. I'm not going to lie, dude. During the break, I got the Goosies.
Wow.
Yep.
How'd that happen? I was looking at you.
I know we got Goosies, no Goosies coming up later today.
All right.
But I got the Goosies because I was watching the video. I haven't even finished all of it. I've gotten halfway through, and I'm goosed up, dude.
All right.
I'm goosed up, dude. I'm watching the video of Jalen Ramsey getting the facility tour from his tour guide, Xavier Howard. Wow. And it's really cool.
Fellow all-pro cornerback Xavier Howard. Is that what you're talking about?
That's right, dude.
Oh, okay.
That guy.
Nice.
And they, first of all, Jalen Ramsey, who didn't play, like he played at with the Rams last year, who you would think have nice facilities because they just opened a stadium.
Yep.
He's like, he walks in that Dolphins facility, he goes, I've never seen anything like this.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like this.
I'm telling you,
that's impressive.
All the things that I have said previously about this organization, you see now, right?
He says, I've never seen it. He's blown away. Blown away.
I mean, Jacksonville didn't have this?
Apparently not. Apparently the Khans did not roll it out like this.
Too busy.
Although I think Shad Khan has one of the nicest boats of all the owners. Jerry Jones very jealous of his yacht, but apparently when you have a yacht like that, it doesn't upgrade the facility.
Maybe they could go work out on the boat.
Maybe they could.
You know, as a normal boat, Stephen Ross.
Oh,
your normal boat?
He's got to have a boat, right?
I mean, where was
it's got to be like if you're a
Tom Brady?
billionaire, you got to have a boat.
I don't know if he has one. I know he takes a helicopter to the.
We know, for sure.
Wasn't that meeting with Tom Brady and Flores supposed to be on a boat?
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Was it his boat?
I don't think he's borrowing a boat.
Hard to say, dude. It's like Old Dominion say they were on a boat that day.
All right.
What?
I guess that's just
dude. And then did you see how their day culminated yesterday, Leroy?
Basketball game.
Yep. Jalen Ramsey
interview with
Sportside.
Will Manso.
Yep. Do we have that from Bally Sports Sun yesterday? Will Manso courtside with Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard. Jalen Ramsey is going to be officially introduced as a Miami Dolphin, I think at 11, I think is when he's scheduled to have his press conference. So hopefully we can bring you a little bit of that later on in the show today. But this was the new Dolphins cornerback courtside with Will Manso.
Newest member of the Miami Dolphins, Jalen Ramsey, kind of to join us along with his cornerback teammate, Xavier Howard. And I want to ask you first, Jalen, first of all, welcome to Miami. How's it feel to be a Miami Dolphin?
Man, it feels great. Being able to come to Miami, play with this team, got the best cornerback duo in the league now. We're going to do some special things, man. We're going to put in the work, and we're going to do some special things.
X, I like the sound of that. How's it feel? You played with some obviously talented players defensively, but having a guy like Jalen with you as a teammate on the defensive side of the ball, what's that going to be like?
Man, that's going to be great, man. There's a lot of things we can do on the field together, man, and seeing like that on the same level as me, man, I feel like the sky's the limit for us.
Jalen, there's all this talk about, as a top corner, you're both used to covering the best player on the other side. As Tyler Hero comes over to say hello and welcome you to Miami, you're used to covering the best players on the other side, but in practice, you're going to be covering some pretty darn good receivers too, and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. What do you think those battles are going to be like?
Man, it's going to be some good battles. I know that for sure. Right now, I got me and X getting the best of them right now, but I know that's just our confidence and our swag. That's how we going to go about business, but I know they're the same way, and they feel the same way probably. So we just gonna bring the best out of each other, and it's just gonna make the team better. So I'm ready for it, man.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Before I let you go, I want to ask both of you, as we watch NBA ball, these guys watch you in games and admire and respect your work as a professional athlete. Can you hoop? Are you a pretty good hooper?
Come on now, both of us hoopers, man. We actually today we got a little court at the facility. We was at the court making some shots today. Y'all might see some footage come out soon.
So who can shoot? Who's a better three-point shooter?
We don't know. We ain't touched that out yet.
Listen, you guys got to get back to me in the fall. I want to find out. But listen, more importantly, welcome to town and welcome to being a Miami Dolphin.
I appreciate it, man. Fins up.
Oh, Goosies. That's a sign-off right there.
On the way.
That's a sign-off right there. Goosies.
Hey. Are you excited?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
By the way, they also showed
so
in the giant meeting room, they have a basketball hoop.
Yeah, we
Which-
had one.
What?
in the meeting room, the big like
No.
in the auditorium.
We had a court.
No, I'm sure you had a court. I don't know why they have a hoop in the meeting room.
Yeah.
Obviously got to be some challenges. If,
So
get you out of notes or something.
so
like
so are you excited now?
that. Oh, dude,
Are
Gustav.
you excited enough to not be an ingrate?
Goosies. I don't think I was being an ingrate yesterday, but I am very excited.
Okay. Appreciate what you have and stop looking for what else you could get.
I am very
Because-
appreciative. of
Because
that.
you're not gonna be able to fully enjoy it until you fully embrace it and stop looking at side chicks.
ridiculous statement.
No, it's not true.
It's a ridiculous statement.
It's not. At some point, you have to be happy and satisfied with what you have.
You would have said that last year if you would have gotten Tyreek Hill. Oh, don't get any other good players. You know?
No.
With having Jalen
I
Waddle.
didn't. No. I didn't say that. But I also was excited about signing Tyreek Hill. I didn't say, "Ooh, now we can go get." Like, yeah, I trust that this organization has been making big hacks for the last couple years, and Chris Greer has done that. So I can sit back and say, you know what? That guy's doing his thing. I'm gonna just sit back and appreciate it.
Tell you what
I'm
they
not
should
gonna
do.
say, "Oh, Chris Greer, you signed Tyreek Hill, you traded for Jalen Ramsey, you signed a left tackle, you've done all these things. Hey, what about a running back?"
I mean, I didn't say it like that. I mean, you make it
that's
sound
what-
like I was whining.
no
about it.
matter
I wasn't
what-
doing that.
No matter what star the Dolphins announced they signed, you immediately talk about what's the next guy they can get.
Yeah, that's right. That's all you can root for. There's no games, dude. But I will tell you what this did do.
No.
Doubles down on my theory they need to have Hard Knocks. I mean, like this. I mean, I've seen
So true.
I've seen now 3 minutes of content with Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey. I want more.
Yep.
I want more.
So
Let's go,
practice, dude.
What?
Go to practice. You
You're
don't
going
want
to be able to this year because we have the show. I used to be able to go to practice. I can't go anymore.
You don't want that on your
I
team.
think I do. Do you see these guys? They're so
Uh,
confident.
So let me ask you a question.
Swag
Are
jumping.
you one of those people that if things go sideways because they were worried about what they're gonna do on TV instead of getting ready for the season, are you gonna complain about it?
Nope.
You are a liar.
Okay.
-1 for just straight up.
Well, you
lying.
can't accuse me of lying. It didn't happen. Like -1 for you for lashing out.
I'm not lashing out.
You are
I'm
lashing
playing,
out.
I'm playing the percentages.
Okay, but it's not
You
true.
have a track record.
You don't have proof of it. Do you have any of my reaction after the last time the Dolphins were on Hard Knocks? You don't.
But I
loved it.
I do have your reaction right after they signed Jalen Ramsey
I was happy about it.
for 2 seconds. Then you said, "Let's go get Dalvin." Cook."
Oh my gosh, you're such a you know you're like so let me get this straight, Leroy. I'm doing a radio show, and there are
Uh-huh.
reports out there that the Dolphins were interested in star running backs. I'm not supposed to get excited about that. Like,
No,
what more
that's
do
not.
you-
See, you
But
know
that's
what?
the truth, though.
You're-
There were
wait,
reports
wait.
that they were looking
Hey,
into him. It's
Marco,
true, though, dude. Like,
he's,
what are you?
he's amazing. He's amazing.
No. I
Do
just
you
wanna
see how
know,
he
like,
set
what
it up
does that have
today?
to be? Ignore it.
See how he set it up today.
Let's
He didn't set it up like that yesterday.
no, let's role play. Let's role play. Oh, there are reports.
That's not what you did
Marcos,
yesterday, dude.
What? Let's. Hey, Tobin, have you heard that the Dolphins are possibly looking into Dalvin Cook? Do that.
Okay. Hey Tobin, have you heard that the Dolphins are actually looking into Dalvin Cook?
Well, whatever, dude. We have Jalen Ramsey. I should just be happy with what we have.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you serious right now with how you're manipulating the situation?
That's what you
not
want me
what
to do.
happened.
That's what you want me to do,
That's not what happened.
dude. You are a wet blanket.
Oh my goodness.
A wet blanket. I am excited. By the way, you want to know who's going to be a wet blanket?
Yes.
Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard on wide receivers, dude.
Is that your nickname for the secondary?
Nah,
Is
it's a
that-
terrible nickname.
Okay, I just want to see.
It's like we're the wet blanket. Imagine Joe Rosen calling that. Oh, Jimmy, another great stop by the wet blanket. Really putting the damper on that offense out there.
Hey, can I just say, this is one of the reasons why I get so worked up when these things actually happen. Because I know that in 24 hours, the story is going to be different and you're going to present it in a different light than it occurred at the time.
No, I just think your reaction is ridiculous to things. You're calling me an ingrate, and I'm not supposed to get excited about rumors that the Dolphins might get a star running back. Like I said multiple times yesterday, I'm cool with them running it back. That's fine. But yeah, it was like, oh, well, if you're telling me we're going to go from all pros and pro bowlers to nice running backs, it's a little underwhelming, but it's fine. I'm still happy we got Jalen
everybody
Ramsey.
can't have a Pro Bowler at every position, dude.
You're right. Okay, that's fine. But like when the time was going on, there was talks that they may be targeting those guys. And you want me to be on? You'd be like, "Well, I'm just grateful for whatever happens and whatever we have."
In fairness to me, right? This is not how this story happened yesterday.
It is how it happened.
It is not.
You presented it.
It is not.
That's how you presented it.
I presented it.
You presented it, dude.
Oh, Marcos, I'm gonna just tell you now.
Yeah.
When these things happen,
Yep.
Here's why I get so irritated, because I know tomorrow the story is gonna be different.
There is no different story. They're basically got like, I mean, there's not going to be any other probably big signings left. Like you said, they're probably going to end up. The next big thing is going to be the Christian Wilkins contract or Zach Sealer getting a new deal. Like the new stuff is probably done for now, probably. And then we'll see if
that's reality.
Or
that's
if
real
Gesicki,
talk.
If Gesicki comes crawling back, please take me back, please.
Very quiet.
Very quiet.
What's
very
going on?
quiet.
I mean, it just started today. Tight end is, I mean, do you look at tight end as a necessity or a luxury?
Well, I mean, obviously last year was a luxury. They didn't really like use it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain teams that their tight end is a necessity, and you know who those guys are. You're talking about San Francisco. You're talking
KC,
about
obviously.
KC, right? There's a handful of guys. Atlanta tried to do this.
Baltimore's Mark Andrews is really good.
Right. Waller just got traded.
That dude, that Gesicki was wanting to Dawson Knox. He had a good year for Buffalo.
Right. So there's a few teams.
They did sign a guy yesterday. I've never heard of him though. I don't want to act like I know who he is.
Who?
Albert. You know who he is?
Oh,
Salbert.
Yeah, he.
Stop.
I don't know.
Stop.
I know. But I know he's probably got to be happy he doesn't have to catch passes from that old Russell Wilson anymore.
Oh,
you know that.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, holy smokes. Who? I mean, not for anything, but there's two guys that need to have stellar years. One is Aaron Rodgers. Don't have all this hoopla around you and then go lay an egg in New York, right?
Are you getting in Aaron Rodgers that don't lose? Sounds like you are.
Seems like you are.
Sounds like you are.
Here.
I'll join you.
Staying true to myself.
Yeah.
I will not do this until the season starts.
When you say true to
But
yourself,
I'm not doing it, and he's not even a Jet yet.
be honest. When you say true to yourself, you mean I'm not going to pull a Tobin.
Yeah.
But you want to say don't lose.
No. And the other one is Russell Wilson. Because that little poop show you put on last year, that was terrible.
Terrible. Woo. Take a quick break.
To the point where everybody in the league kind of got sick every time they even interviewed him, right? Like they were just tired of it.
Tired of his act. And plus they shoved so many Broncos games down our throat last year.
Ooh, Monday night,
they wouldn't get
Thursday
any
night,
Seahawks
prime
game.
time.
Like usually Seahawks was always like, you'd get the Seahawks a couple times a year on prime time, but it was always that last game of the red zone, let Russ cook. They tried to shove Russell Wilson down our throats last year, and we revolted.
I mean, he revolted, really.
He was.
We
thing.
We didn't revolt. He revolted.
All right. Kevin Love sacrificed his junk so that he could win.
Oh my goodness.
15 minutes of heat.
15 minutes.
Bum, bum. Ah! I missed it. Tobin and Leroy back here with you on 560 WQM. Hey, we're giving away another dual number custom jersey signed by Mark Duper and Mark Clayton, a.k.a. the Marx Brothers.
It's a good jersey.
It's courtesy of our friends over at Sinbad Sports. For your chance to win, enter at WQM.com, and the autographed jersey could be yours. Sinbad Sports, by the way, having a huge live auction in Pembroke Gardens tomorrow and Saturday. Live bidding on autographs, frames, memorabilia, jewelry, watches, art, and more than 200 items. For more details, go to SinbadSports.com. Heat, they blew out the Grizzlies yesterday, dude. I didn't even know what to do. It was amazing. Leroy, a blowout.
A blowout.
Amazing.
And I'm going to tell you, I know everybody was watching the game like me. Heat up 20, you going,
I think they're going to be okay.
yeah.
I think they're going to be okay.
And then you hear the announcer's curse. You're never out of it as long as there's the 3-point shot. Swish. I'm like, oh.
Very nervous. And then that Kenny Lofton Jr. came in. He started lighting it up. I was like,
Is he related to Kenny?
I don't think he is. I think we looked this up. I don't believe he is related.
He's they got two different body types.
Yes, they definitely do. They definitely do. I don't believe he is related to the former Indians outfielder.
You know, Kenny played in the Final Four. He was a starting point guard for Arizona.
Wow. Athlete.
Yeah,
but
this is different.
But that's why I asked. Because I knew he played basketball.
No, I remember us looking this up. I don't think that he is. Because I don't know if we watched him in the tournament or whatnot, but I remember us looking this up. I feel like he's not related.
His dad served in the United States Army, worked at the Postal Service for 18 years. I don't think it's the same Kenny Lofton.
All right. Well, good. At least we don't have another Cater Kohu situation from you. The player of the game yesterday, obviously Kevin Love, because he sacrificed his boys. He took one, I mean, WWE style, like from Desmond Bain.
Hey, I got to tell you.
Full on swing.
And here's the bad part about all this. So Eric Reed and John Crotty are breaking it down picture by picture.
Yep.
Dad, he goes, Crotty, that doesn't look like a basketball move.
Nope.
And Crotty's like, right in the man parts.
Yep.
I'm like, we have turned this into the Zapruder film.
I mean, because he had a hell of a reaction. He just went down in a heap.
And we thought it was something else. I'm like, oh no, Mr. Six Stage is back.
He took one like a champ yesterday. And by the way, hit a couple of threes after taking it too. Kevin Love's best game by far. You know, not only for sacrificing his body, but he was nailing shots.
I mean, but is Kevin Love there for scoring? Because he seems that he gets a lot of charges and a lot of rebounds.
He's there for intangibles, but yes, he's theoretically there for shooting.
For spacing or for shooting?
For shooting. Like he's been a good shooter in his career.
Yep. So I like, you know. So are you with me now that Kevin Love is helping?
What are we talking about? It's fucking great. Yeah, it had a great game. I'm happy. You know?
Yeah.
Let's hear from Kevin Love after the game.
Your moment of truth, did it sting as much as you made it look like it sting, and how much of a shock was it to wind up in that spot?
Yeah, I mean, there's only been a few times in my almost 15 years where something like that has happened. And, you know, Bain is a big boy. But, you know, tried to hedge out, show on a screen. I don't know if he was looking for the foul or what it was, but just got put in a bad position and, you know, took it in the groin pretty good. And all the men here, you've been hit hard enough to where your back starts hurting. That's where I was. I started to spasm a little bit.
He's like,
we all know here.
And wait, he's not lying, because I got hit so hard one time, my ankle started hurting. I thought I twisted my ankle. And they go, what's wrong? I say, I don't know. I think it's my ankle. Yeah, your body
it
just goes haywire.
The other news yesterday out of the game was Victor Oladipo out of the rotation. He did not play in the game yesterday. Benched.
Is that weird? I mean,
well, it's a couple of things that are affecting it. I mean, one is they actually have everybody healthy outside of Cody Zeller's nose. Everybody was able to play yesterday, except for Big Yurt. Holy crap. 3 fouls in 2 minutes. Woo.
every team has a Duncan.
He was how do you think Duncan feels yesterday being brought in when they're up that big and they're like, "Hey Duncan, can you get these 3 minutes at the end of the game?" All-time franchise leader.
And 2 minutes of it, they just dribble back and forth because nobody wants to take a shot and get the other team mad.
Pretty much. But yeah, no Victor Oladipo. Yes, and part of the reason I think is everybody's kind of healthy. I mean, Kyle, I think, has a big part of that because Kyle's been looking good these first few games off the bench. He's had a nice impact and has gotten things settled down. Still isn't shooting a ton, but doesn't really need to. Like, he's getting guys in the right spots. He hit a couple of threes yesterday. He had a nice drive to the basket at the end of a shot clock. I thought Kyle Lowry was really impressive yesterday.
The other thing is that they usually put Victor Oladipo in for defensive purposes. In a blowout, there's really no need.
Yeah, and Spo made a good. I mean, I still don't know how much he's going to play because look, they did this similar thing to Vic last year at the end of the regular season where they just stopped playing him, and
which is weird because I thought he was one of their better perimeter defenders.
Didn't they
He
shut him
gets
down?
steals.
No, they didn't shut him down last year. They took him out of the rotation.
Oh, wow.
They took him out of the rotation, and then you remember. But now, in fairness to him, he was working his way back, not surprisingly, from injury.
For sure.
They were trying to play him, and then all of a sudden, just took him out of the rotation. He was done. They got geared up for the postseason. Now, what ended up happening? Kyle got hurt. Vic got more opportunities, and Vic did start playing some pretty decent minutes in the postseason.
That's right.
But yeah, he didn't play yesterday, and I think Kyle's effectiveness. I mean, you look at the bench yesterday, like Caleb Martin, doing a great job. Max Strus, who didn't play a lot of minutes the game before. Max only played 7 minutes. This time, Max, he played 33 minutes. So I don't know. It could be a matchup thing. It could be one of those things where he's going to be, if depending on the game, maybe Max gets more time, maybe Vic gets more time.
I think they're basically what it seems like Spo's trying to do is get some of these shooters back in rhythm, right? So
The shooting's been good. The shooting is, but they have. I don't know if this is things evening out. I don't know if this is just a hot streak, but the shooting has definitely come around a little bit.
Or do you think Jimmy said something? He really likes Strus.
No, we know Jimmy likes Strus. We know Jimmy likes Strus, but I think it's one of these things where Spo made this point yesterday. I don't know if that was just his excuse out of not playing him, but he said, well, Jimmy, who really did set the tone yesterday, he came out, he had 9 free throws in the first quarter. He basically said, well, I couldn't sub Jimmy out because he kept going to the free throw line. And so then we were at the start of the second, we were already kind of into our, next set of guys in the rotation. So that also snuffed Vic out and his minutes out a little bit.
Because he normally replaces Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to not believe him. I mean, he's never, he's not that guy. He's not that coach that does that. Although, I mean,
yeah, but then
it's very easy. It's very easy
to. He's got that. He's got those words where he's like, I have empathy. These are
don't. You know what? Dear coaches, in any sport at any level, don't feel sorry for me because you don't play me. Like, that's crazy. You're the head coach. You can say, you know what? Go get you a couple of minutes at any time.
So the Heat have a couple of days off. They won't be back until Saturday. They go to Chicago. They got Chicago and Detroit on the road coming up this weekend.
We got a little Midwest trip.
Yep, 2 days off and then a back-to-back this weekend.
Do they leave today or did they leave last night?
I don't think they leave. I think they probably get the day off in Miami. I don't know. I don't know if they practice tomorrow in Miami and then go. I don't know.
Maybe they get a day off, then practice, and then go.
That's what I would think. I would think that they're probably going to practice tomorrow and then leave tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
if I had to guess, buddy, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I'm not travel agent. I don't know why I became Ukrainian.
When do they play? When do they play Milwaukee? Do they play Milwaukee anymore?
I think they might be done with Milwaukee. I think they're
Oh,
done with Milwaukee. They do have a couple of big games coming up next week against the Knicks and the Nets. Those are huge ones.
yep, because they're
all
right.
big for Miami right now on the way out, but they got 2 against the Knicks.
Can we get a run? Can we get a run? One run, 5 games,
If they have
games,
to
which
win
is
5 in a row,
ridiculous.
that would
Right.
be beating Chicago, beating Detroit, 2 games you should win. You would think, and then
Don't say that because
you're right.
they
Fair point.
play like Detroit will score 45 in the first quarter, and you'll be like, what?
It's at Chicago, at Detroit, home for the Knicks, home for the Nets, and then to Canada for Toronto.
Oh,
You know,
that's
So-
6.
those are your next 5 for Miami. They also have the Knicks on that trip, and then come back for Luka April 1st. It's Saturday at home.
Is he gonna even play?
I don't know.
Him and Kyrie haven't been playing.
Been tough sledding.
Yep. And you want to talk about a team that is working their way out of the playoffs. Wow.
Take a quick
Dallas has
break.
been struggling.
Jalen Ramsey. He is expected to be introduced as a Miami Dolphin next hour. So we'll be sure getting a little bit from the new Dolphins cornerback and more silly sauce coming back after this. Tunga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Chris Sims can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Hey, Dave and Buster's Month is back just in time for Hoops Tournament Hysteria. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave and Buster's. Just go to WQM.com right now and enter for your chance. And if you win, you could be going to Dave and Buster's with your gift card and have a party. You like partying, Marcos? Of course you do.
I love partying.
It's all on us, man. And Dave and Buster's, eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave and Buster's in Hollywood. We've got March Madness coming on up. Furman's playing today.
Oh, yeah.
The Canes are in action tomorrow against Hotline Bling.
He started from the bottom, and he's remaining there.
That's right. Bums.
Yeah.
I never seen Drake go to Drake. Has he ever shot a music video there?
No,
Didn't
but
think so.
He should because he's a curse. That'd be good.
Yeah, you never want that Drake bet.
Except for now, he's so rich, he just bets on both. Like, I feel like he'll just make it up on the next.
He's the new Mayweather when it comes to the heavy gambling. You know, it's always like big UFC card comes up.
Yep.
Drake has placed such and such bet on whoever.
Who do you think he's betting on this weekend?
Usman.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he's going to bet on
Definitely.
Usman. Because it feels like he usually goes favorite, but he just bets a heap load of money.
It's so much.
I did see that Mattress Mac. I think he bet like $4 million on Houston to win it all on the because I like him. He just bets on his teams, but he bets just silly money.
It's a lot.
$4 million on Houston. What are they like 7-1? Jeez.
That's a good return.
Oh, Jalen Ramsey at the podium right now. He looks good. He's got a suit on.
Nice.
I would say, what would you call this suit? What would you say? What color is that, Marcos? Would you say that's
let me see.
Like a
that's eggshell.
Like an eggshell?
Yeah, it's an eggshell.
Something like that.
Cream,
Yeah.
eggshell.
Marble.
So
he dresses-
eggshell is not quite white, but not quite cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Jalen Ramsey getting introduced right now as part of the Miami Dolphins. We'll get you some of that a little bit later on as he talks to the media. And listen, we know one thing about Jalen Ramsey.
He
Duke can
talks.
talk.
Yep. I'll take that though. It's gonna be entertaining when we go on Hard Knocks.
Exactly. Well, you remember how cool was Tyreek's last year?
Oh,
Tyreek, remember he was saying a cheetah's faster than a lion, and then he was wondering if cheetahs could climb trees, which they can.
Yep.
Well,
Impressive.
but they don't actually climb trees. They just go so fast they can run up the tree.
Whatever, dude.
Good enough for me.
There's more than one way to
Kind of like some people
Hmm?
have the ability to climb walls, unlike others who can't get enough
I
speed.
have climbed that
to
wall
get
before.
up the
I
wall.
have. Okay, that's not fair though. I have climbed that wall before. It just was that one time. Which, by the way, I posted a vulnerable moment for all of you to laugh, including you, Donis Haslam.
Yeah.
Which
Still,
Dude, he dropped that info on his way out.
Yep.
Yo, dude, what's up with that wall?
It was terrible. My daughter got stuck up there. She was scared.
Almost got it.
You didn't help with that scaredness by you trying to get up that wall.
Yeah. How did
She's
she ever
like,
get
"Ooh,
down?
Daddy can't get up the wall. I'm screwed.
I did
I'm
eventually get up
to
there to get her.
Firefighter? You had to call the fire
I didn't
department?
call the firefighter. Eventually got up there.
Like a
Did they
cat.
have to
I
get
just
like
think-
Did they have to bring the crane inside to like?
Nobody had to
that
bring
they
in a
get from
crane.
burning
Nobody
buildings.
had to bring in a crane.
Tobin
You
has
guys rat
the
bastards.
brown cover or the sheet
You
over him after.
bastards.
There's all of a sudden there's like cold smoke coming out of his mouth for some reason. He's like a trauma victim.
I'm just excited, man. Let's get some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. See, I got my fit shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear tonight.
Looking good, man. Looking good. The
Hey.
muscles are out.
Hey, my daughter
Yes.
says that her date is terrified.
Yes.
That's good.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good.
So I should go at it with no smiles, right?
Oh
Nah.
no smiles.
No
dude.
smiles. Hey,
Yeah.
and squeeze the crap out of his hand, squash it
Yeah.
like a good firm handshake.
But a little bit more than just a good firm handshake.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm doing exercises. Give it that good Kris Kringle. Yeah, yeah.
What are you gonna ask him? What are you gonna ask him? You thought about your opening line?
Yeah, what's up?
Ding dong. Here's the deal. Sometimes it's better to be silent and have somebody terrified the whole night
Sweating.
versus saying what you really feel.
Mm.
See, because I want them to have a good time because I'll be sitting at the table keeping an eye on their ass. Right? But I want my daughter to enjoy her first ball.
I think your first question to him should be, So what do you think of this Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Wait, should I do that?
Yeah. What do you think of this Aaron Rodgers? Oh, the GOAT. Get out of my house.
Outta here.
So
Don't hate him though. I don't.
yeah,
hate
so I got, don't worry, Tobes. Your day is coming, my man.
I'm sure it is, dude. Sure it is.
And so I have gotten a whole bunch of advice. And I've gotten a whole bunch of daddy, please don't, which makes me want to do it even more.
Exactly.
But I want to terrify him for no other reason other than it's gonna be fun.
Exactly.
And if I'm gonna be in a place where I'm sitting in a suit for 4 hours, damn it, I'm gonna have some fun.
Wow, this is an event. It's not like
No, it's the ROTC ball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a ball. That's cool.
It's a ball. Yeah. And so
You chaperoning?
I'm chaperoning my daughter.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I say, hey, this is Teaspoon, my pride and joy. You are not. I don't even know you.
Solid.
So guess who I'm protecting? I'm gonna wear a tight shirt too. I got one of them tight, stretchy dress shirts.
Yeah, but attaboy.
You got cleats?
Right?
Just
Huh?
wear 'em.
Yeah, just wear
I
like
should no. You know what I want to do? No lie.
Yeah.
I want to go get my mouthpiece.
Wow.
I like it.
Could you imagine meeting a father and he got his mouthpiece in?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd be
Hitting that
intimidated
heavy
for sure.
bag.
Oh yeah.
I like it. The Dolphins yesterday, they signed Broncos tight end Eric Saubert to a 1-year deal. Safety Deshaun Elliott also to a 1-year deal. A lot of reasonable. Myles Gaskin is back on a 1-year deal. So the whole running back room is back.
Basically, these 1-year deals are tryouts. Right? Not guaranteed, no nothing. If
Or some of those low deal, you think a guy is, maybe it's like an undervalued thing, kind of like they're hoping with the linebacker. By the way, Landon Roberts, former Dolphins linebacker now, who captained last season, he is agreeing to a 2-year deal with the Steelers, so he is not going to be on the Dolphins next year. Had a nice year.
J-Fig said I should wear shoulder pads. They won't fit under my suit. Hell, they won't fit under nobody's suit.
They don't fit under anything.
Hey man,
What?
Yeah.
they
They're
fit under my
giant.
jersey.
What?
Wear it over there.
I wore little shoulder pads in Minnesota.
No, you
Nah.
I
No, we
did.
Nah.
Evidence says otherwise, dude.
No, I wore little shoulder pads in Minnesota.
Other headlines: the Panthers, they're back in action tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. 7:00 puck drop from FLA Live Arena. The Heat, they beat the Grizzlies yesterday, 138-119. And World Baseball Classic, Puerto Rico defeated the Dominican Republic to advance to the quarterfinals. But the sad news out of that, Mets closer Edwin Diaz He had to be taken off the field. He hurt his knee. He has to get an MRI today. So
So that's the most points they've scored all year, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, much needed. Oh, it was great. What a fun watch. Blowouts.
I'm telling you,
Kind of
you
fun.
can't-
Not what they felt like.
It was fun.
you can't tell me you still didn't have a little side eye.
I once I think it was probably the 6-minute mark. I was like, oh, okay, we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, once that fourth quarter, I was thinking 14-0 run going into the fourth quarter. I was like, I don't know.
But
got
why
there.
do we feel that way? Because I mean, this is the
You haven't
first.
experienced it all year.
I know.
You
I
reckon them out
know.
in close games.
I know. I'm thinking to myself. I mean, yeah, man, this team has how nerve-wracking you think it's got to be for a player? Every game is crunch time with 2 minutes left. Every game.
Got to be stressful. I think probably Spo's worn it the most this year.
Yep. But
I think
it was
he
cool
said
because
in
Jimmy
the
didn't even have
postgame-
to hardly play in the fourth quarter.
He didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. Yeah, he got to sit
Right.
his ass down. It was great. All right, Jalen Ramsey, he's speaking to the media. We'll bring you some of that and more stuff coming along. We're streaming live on YouTube. Miami 560 WQAM is our channel. Back with more for this.
WQAM.
righty. Tobin is currently locked in on the Jalen Ramsey introductory press conference. I'm sure he'll have some beautiful MP3s in my email shortly for us to play for you. And I'm sure he's just saying a bunch of goosey worthy stuff because he's an all-pro cornerback.
Duh.
And he's right here in Miami.
I gotta be honest with you, dude. I was just listening to some of it, and
Yeah.
Oh, cut it out.
what do you mean? Well, dude, I'm excited. Why aren't you
I know.
excited too?
I am excited. I was excited yesterday before you start talking about running backs.
I thought you would like that. You're a running back guy. I don't know. Didn't know
Yeah,
you
but-
switched over to
but here-
the defensive side.
I am a big fan of the running back, but I still have to keep it real. I got to, still look at it the way the league looks at running backs.
Mhm.
Even if I don't, the fact of the matter is that with what you have on deck and what you have to get done on this team, to give a running back somewhere around $10 million a year with what you have is not in the best interest of taking care of all the things you have to take care of. I mean, and we all like to think Dalvin Cook, game changer. Dalvin Cook. Okay, well, you have two backs that average 4.9 yards a carry. Okay, where does that fit in? Because that's really good. In case you're wondering, that's extremely good. So to say the running back room has no talent.
Nobody said that they didn't have talent.
No,
though.
no.
Like, nobody said that.
Somebody
Like,
on Twitch. Somebody on Twitch did.
No, but I do think that, like, for the most part, like Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson, like they haven't been, main guy. Like they haven't had that guy in a while. Leroy. Like they've tried to do it with Gaskin and Ogman. 1 year, Ryan Fitzpatrick not too long ago was their leading rusher.
Right.
Like it's been a while since they have seemingly solidified that with a star.
But you've really had production at that position. You had production at that position last year.
It was fine. It wasn't
4.9 yards is not fine.
Leroy, they were like that was not one of their strengths last year, was running the football. Like they bailed on it a lot.
Oh, okay, but that's fine. But you still can't take away from the fact that these two dudes average almost 5 yards a carry and both ran for almost 900 yards. That's not a small thing. That is a really big deal to have two backs who average 5 yards a carry. So to say, oh, they abandon it at times, yeah, game situations play out a certain way. Okay, so just to say, oh, they didn't run the ball here, they were in the game sometimes dictates that.
Yeah,
but
I think it will be fine, and especially with them both being McDaniel guys and both knowing the offense, and the fact that they don't have to waste half the season on Chase Edmonds this year, like, is also going to help.
I think they'll both be fine because they averaged almost 5 yards a carry. That's why.
Okay. I don't know, it seems like a pointless argument. I'm not arguing with you about it.
Okay.
Like I'm good with it.
But I'm just so. What and the reason, think of it this way. Are you substantially better paying another $5 or $6 million a year by signing one of those other running backs? Or is it they've had success and they got the big name and it'll make you feel good?
It would make me feel good. Big names make you feel good.
Okay, but can you answer that question? Would bringing in one of those available running backs make you $5 or $6 million better?
I would say the argument for it, if you were to do it, which they're not going to do. So again, I kind of find this to be pointless. But the argument would be, like, if you feel like you can have these guys go off in your system, what would you do with a guy of a Dalvin Cook's talent, a Derrick Henry's talent, something like that? Like, because they have been and are more credentialed, and it's not like Raheem Mostert's a young guy, and has not been the most durable guy. So I think that's the argument for it, is like, the running back room, they made it work. It was okay last year. It was pretty good. It made it work throughout the season, but it had its ups and downs, man. It did. You can't say like it was good all season.
No, but I'm saying that's the running game in general, right? Unless you have one of the run dominant teams, which this team does not have.
But that would be the argument for
Right.
why you would bring in a guy who is more established. Like, it just solidifies it a little bit more. Like, but the end of the year, it was working well. And so I could see why they would want to bring it back, because it did feel like by the year's end, more things were figured out with it than to the start of the year.
I just think that when you go the cost factor of it, you can't tell me that paying another $5 or $6 million a year for one of those premium running backs is going to be that marketably different in the production. If you have two backs that ran for almost 9, and keep in mind, I do realize that Jeff Wilson had some of that with San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that you have two backs that average 5 yards a carry and you think you can get, depending on what you pay, that much more better production with one of those guys, I think it's not worth risking that additional money.
Marcos, you want to mix things up here a little bit while we are. You wanted to get to this yesterday, but things were happening. We had the Aaron Rodgers holding the world hostage yesterday with his rambling like a crazy man.
That's true. All that to just eventually say what we already knew anyway.
Real pain in the ass, this Aaron Rodgers.
But yes, if you're gonna beg me, then geez, I'll just go ahead and do it. Alrighty, we will get into the mixed bag. Recently, we've had a lot of different people discussing officiating in general. You know, you've had Van Vliet fire off at the officials. You've had Spo threaten the NBA to not fine him,
Which they didn't.
You also had Monty Williams recently.
Monty Williams,
coach
of the Suns.
Indeed, known complainer. I believe we've had some history with him.
Didn't he complain this year about the Heat?
It's not the first time
Yeah,
Monty's
he
been
did, right?
complaining.
I forgot about that. That old Monty
Exactly.
Williams, bit of a crybaby.
Constantly complaining, if you ask me. Which is why KD felt comfortable going over there. This is him ripping the refs following a matchup against Giannis that granted him over 20 free throws. This is what Monty Williams had to say about the refs.
He's got 3 free throws, and Drew Holiday is one of the most physical defenders in the game. He has 3. Giannis has 24 free throws. It's ridiculous. There's no other way to put it. It's just our guys are fight. DA can't play. You know, when a guy just runs into you the whole game, it's like we've dealt with this so many times with this team. And credit to him, he saw the way the game was being called. He kept doing it. But that's hard to swallow when one guy had, and this has happened a number of times when we played them. And so for me, it's like, it's hard to tell our guys to keep their level of poise because that's frustrating.
I mean, I get it, but he's Giannis. Like, one of the best guys at drawing fouls in the league. That's why everybody, the one thing that's annoying about him is you got to sit there and wait for his damn free throws. So they take an hour and a half.
The problem is we're going to have a hard time down here complaining about that when we have Jimmy Butler.
I don't really have any complaints about it. Like, but Giannis is not one. I don't find Giannis to be the guys who piss me off are guys who flop, like guys who gimmick.
Oh,
like,
here we go. Here comes our daily.
No, like, but those are the guys who annoy me. Like, Joel does it a lot. I will say for like,
Joel's too big to be on the ground so
Joel's
much.
a flopper. Joel is like he'll act like a windsock out there.
Can I ask you a question though? A lot of this is the officials' own doing, because now you have to put on a show just to get a foul. But if they would just call the damn fouls, we wouldn't need all that. See, if they would call the fouls, then you could also give a tech for somebody flopping. But because they don't, now these guys have to go through theatrics just to get a common foul. So whereas Joel Embiid flopping, it's kind of ridiculous. The guy's 7 foot plus, 270 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It looks ridiculous. But if he were to play tough, would he get any of those calls? Because they looking at him as he's big. He should be able
Giannis
to.
does. Yeah, I don't feel like Giannis does
Giannis
that.
ain't big like Joel, though.
Not big like him, but he is. He's.
I mean Shaq would say the
he's
same
probably-
thing.
he's probably as close to Joel Embiid big as you can get, and he doesn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because he
You
gets
know?
24 free throws,
He gets 13 a game, yes.
13 a game.
Joel's
So-
getting 12. Luka's getting 11. He whines a lot. Luka.
Oh, he's always one.
He's a belly acher. Then you have SGA just under 11. Dame.
I don't even know. Does he whine? I don't even know.
No, I don't think so. Damian Lillard, always been good at that. And then Jimmy is 6th in the league right now, 8.6.
Right. So
What else we got?
I get it.
I think Monty Williams is a baby. Anyway, I don't know if you've heard this yesterday, Tobin. This one may come as a blindside to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I was listening to the illustrious 560 WQAM yesterday,
Okay.
and I heard your Porpoise Pod mate make some claims and statements, right?
Really?
The
Solana?
Solana.
Wow.
The texters call him out on it.
Hmm?
And his defense of this didn't really like it, man. I'm gonna let you hear it.
Let's see what
Somebody texts in, you steal 75% of what Tobin says on the show before us as well.
Not true, actually.
50.
No, because I see a lot of things differently than Tobin. Like he's constantly looking to trade for whales and acquire this person, acquire that person, and I don't see it that way.
Texters are on to you.
Spot on.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know. Do you feel like that's true?
That
No,
what?
I
That
think
Solana steals a lot of my stuff?
Oh, I think that's true for sure. For sure. For sure.
I can honestly say
Listen, Porpoise.
I'm closer to the situation than he is.
Yeah.
And I avoid it at all costs.
Solana doesn't like trading for whales?
Doesn't like trading for whales, man. He thinks
He's
you're
a big
some
development
sort
guy?
Of, yeah, I guess so. Just like Mario Chalmers. He says that you're some sort of whale enthusiast.
I am a whale enthusiast. I would say
I
would take that on the chin.
Yeah.
I don't never have a problem with that. But sometimes like you go a tad bit far. As with most of the things you do.
If I didn't, you wouldn't like me. That's what I always say.
Or maybe I'd like you more.
I don't think so. I'd like to live in a world where I disagree with that.
Dude, I'm telling you, we could be anywhere in the country. And Tobin will see something and he'll go, Leroy. And I'm like, what?
All right. What do you think, Tobin? We have time for one more?
Yeah, we got time for one more.
All right.
For one more. Let's go.
Well, we got someone who's not necessarily well liked, although I think you are a fan of him, Tobin. Chael Sonnen,
The bad guy.
The bad
Did you
guy.
see the bad guy took a shot at Heat fans? I was floored by this.
He did take a shot.
I was watching. He does the Chael Sonnen is a very very popular YouTube page now.
Yeah.
It's like and gets a ton of views on every video that is. But they're like 7-minute breakdowns of whatever the topic of the day is. So he did one on Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather getting into it at the Heat game, and he just like who would go to a Heat game? You have to be a real nerd to watch Heat basketball on television, let alone go there in person. I was like, why we got you straight from that guy?
This wasn't even about us.
There's nothing. It's just where the place was. But what did the bad guy have to say?
The bad guy actually sent some shots to LeBron James recently and made some statements that had people questioning the longevity of the king.
If the world understood what LeBron did, like other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well, yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player. You're hitting a stick out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's
there's
doing?
only one. We have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Well, Chael
same
Sonnen
drug guy, huh?
Chael Sonnen has done copious amounts of performance enhancing drugs. He is one of the proudest and loudest cheats of all time, as he says. He has revealed some stories about John Jones. He was the one who famously, I think, revealed the story that John Jones once hid under the octagon from the drug testers for an entire day. I don't know. Like, look. If you told me if I had to bet my life, Tobin, do you think that LeBron has ever done performance enhancers? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, very much likely. Do I
Really?
think that? Yeah. But that being said, I'm sure other guys around the league.
So
also do it.
did Tom Brady do it? Or
Yes.
he was able
Oh,
to play that long because of
no.
avocados.
Dude,
Avocado.
if I would say if I had to say only one did it, Tom Brady or LeBron James, I would say Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh.
Definitely.
Okay.
You can't have a shady trade. You can't have a shady trainer that everybody is around. That dude's he's got some stuff in those beet juice mixes that he's got going on. But look, guys, this is what I just want everybody to realize something. I don't care.
Yeah, you're
I don't care if
Bonds fan,
LeBron
though.
did steroids. If you told me today
Yeah.
that Dwayne Wade won all 3 of his championships and every time before tip-off
Yeah.
did copious amount of steroids before going out there,
Yeah.
I would say, attaboy.
Wow.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. As long as you don't get caught like a dum-dum,
Yeah.
like D. Gordon, then I'm fine with it. If LeBron James is allowed to go out there, juice to the gills, and he can play till he's 45, good. You want to know something right now? I'll
Yep.
tell you something right now.
All right.
If Jimmy Butler came in here today
Yep.
and showed me his PED regimen, great. Because you want to know something?
Yeah.
I want that dude being able to play till he's 38 years old. I want him doing steroids.
That's a hot
Sorry. If that makes me a bad fan,
Yeah.
that makes me, I'm telling you right now, dude. If Jimmy Butler says, Tillman, first of all, you have beautiful eyes. Thanks, Jimmy.
Okay.
Second of all,
Get that out of the
I'm
way.
doing copious amounts of steroids and PEDs. I'm spinning my blood. I'm
wow.
taking all kinds of what's that one that makes your red blood cells go? I'm taking that.
one.
I've got the endurance. I got the muscles. I say, hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Good for you, buddy. We need to get that juice
Wow.
flowing, dude. Flowing.
Yikes.
I don't
Leroy,
care. I don't care.
As a former professional athlete, are you okay with this?
Here's what I would say.
Oh, I think he is.
I would say this. There is a demand for these guys to do what they do.
Yep.
I think regular people don't understand what these athletes put their body through. You really don't. And when you see other teammates and guys getting shots and doing what they have to do to get ready for a game because they're in so much pain or whatever, I've seen it. And so what I would say is that if there is something to help you heal and to help you keep playing,
Right.
I'm not against it.
Let me tell you something.
However, I will say this, and this what normally happens.
Mhm.
You know why you getting into this. You know why you starting this. I accept the reasoning, but if you get caught, eat it.
Right. Don't throw anybody under the bus.
Right.
But I wish this
And
thing
that's
wasn't-
if you're gonna go down that path and you get caught, eat it. Eat it.
But
I'll accept your reasoning. I
What would-
understand it.
What would fans rather have? If I told the NBA fan, hey, you know how such and such misses this many games, this many games. What if I told you there was a drug that they'd only miss 5 games a year? Okay.
Street clothes.
But you knew they were going to play, but they needed a little bit of enhancement. Wouldn't everybody want them to play? I never
Now-
understood this. This was the dumbest thing ever. It's the damn baseball writers' fault that we care about this. You gave these contracts to people in their 40s. They can't hold a baseball bat up anymore.
I
You
would
should let 'em
also
do it.
I would also say this is that in the world we live in, the pharmaceuticals are always ahead of the testing.
Mhm.
So I'm not willing to go out there and say somebody is like Chael Sonnen or anybody else, right? I'm not gonna say that they are, because some of these guys work out. Jimmy Butler works out more than any human being I've ever seen next to LeBron. Whether they're on something that allowed them to do that, but they're still putting the work in.
Yes.
So
That's my
I'm
point.
not so I'm not willing to just put that out there, right? Like some people like, oh, we got the same doctor and all this.
I don't think LeBron is good because he does steroids, or if he did steroids or allegedly did anything performance enhancing. LeBron is good because he's super talented. But if you told me that somebody who is the most durable athlete we've ever seen over time had a little bit of a bumski, yeah, no bleep, Sherlock.
Well, he's starting to have them old people injuries, so I would highly doubt that.
I mean, one time his injury was like somebody fell into his leg. You know,
Yeah, but
sometimes
still,
it's bad.
that's I mean, that's part of it, dude.
Take a break. Back after this.
Oh, righty. Back with the Tobin and Leroy show. Tobin is locked in there, dude. He is locked in, cutting. It must be good. Okay, so I did walk in for a second, and I did hear them say, or I did hear Jalen say something about Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison. So that's always good when you start mentioning legends like that.
That's it.
That's the same thing that Mike McDaniel did to get in our good graces as soon as he came in. Talk about all Dolphins legends.
That's what you do. You got to play the game.
For sure.
And you got to play the game. And coming from him when there's really no need, you know, it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, okay, he's going to buy in. He's going to, you know, fit right in.
I heard
you know what you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Up until last night, I had no idea what Xavier Howard sounded like. I had never heard him talk.
That's fair. That's fair. You don't hear him talk a lot.
Right.
You don't talk a lot. The only time that I remember hearing him talk is when there was that contract dispute or that issue that he was having after they had re-signed Byron Jones for a crazy amount or something like that. I briefly heard him talk, but you're right. I can't off top. I can't. Like I know Tua's voice.
Tobes,
yeah.
I was telling him, I said, I'm gonna be honest. Until last night, I didn't know what Xavier Howard sounded like.
He's a man of few words. I mean, I know what he sounds like because I've cut up a bunch of his cuts before, but he is a man of few words.
Right.
And based on this Jalen Ramsey press conference, he's a man of a lot of words.
You're right.
A man of a lot of words.
They can fit right in.
I gotta be honest with you. Jalen Ramsey might give Mike McDaniel a run for his money. Wow. He might.
I don't see because
I don't know if this is first day stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's excited, but like every one of these answers is like a minute and 90 seconds, dude, 2 minutes. This dude, I mean, listen, he might
it's
just
the opening press conference. You're the only guy.
I understand, but like some guys are 30 seconders, some guys, you know, they're succinct. This Jalen Ramsey, he's got things to say. Now, it's not got a lot of hemming and hawing like Mike McDaniel does. And it's definitely not as gruff as old Vic Fangio. Who's like, I'm like, whoa, thanks, calm down. You know,
I mean, so you like talkers?
I love talkers, of course. Come on,
okay.
Me?
I'm a big snack time guy.
I love talkers. Exactly. By the way, we're streaming live on Miami 560 WQAM on YouTube and Twitch. You can listen to us on the Odyssey app. WQAM is our channel. Get all our podcasts there. Hogman and Crowder, Joe Rose, all those.
Oh, did you hear who was on Joe Rose this morning, sir?
Who was on Joe Rose this morning?
The most knowledgeable football analyst, I think, in the game today.
Who's that?
Baldy.
Baldy was on with Joe Rose today?
Joe Rose.
Baldy,
let me tell
Brian
you.
Baldinger was on with Joe Rose today.
Oh, broken pinky.
Wow. He had Baldy on?
So, okay, look.
Wow.
I had to save it. This was something that I haven't heard at all. I haven't heard anyone say this. I haven't had anyone had this take on Aaron Rodgers yet. It was completely unique.
Okay.
And it's just something that I thought was like so profound that I just have to play for you guys. Okay, do we have time? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
We always got time for Baldy.
All right, cool. Let me just play this. You tell me if you think it's as profound as I thought.
What are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers? I'm just curious what everybody's take is on Aaron Rodgers.
There is a lot of drama there, Joe. We come from a different era. We didn't really play things out like that. And so that it tends to can you just stop being so cryptic and tell us what you're thinking? But to me, I feel like I kind of feel sorry for the Jets in some ways. Like they need a quarterback, obviously. Their best quarterback is now Miami Dolphins. We'll probably get to that. And so, they need a quarterback to compete. And, we're chasing this guy all over the country and all that. So I think a little bit, it's not my style of doing things, Joe. It's not yours. You played for one of the best that's ever played with one of the best that's ever done it. He would never have done this. So anyways, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet, and it's going to make the AFC East a whole lot more competitive and a lot more fun this year.
Wow, I haven't heard anybody call out Aaron Rodgers like that. That's That's incredible. Baldy,
That
dude.
is
Hey,
interesting.
where you going, Leroy?
No, Leroy.
Leroy!
No,
He
it was just okay.
just
Didn't have to leave.
oh man,
I didn't think he'd
he
leave.
just left.
That's messed up. Well, I mean, look, Baldy had a strong take on it. Leroy just was kind of on the fence. He
Yeah,
just
I
didn't
mean,
wanna admit it.
Baldy, that's a guy calling out Aaron
It's
Rodgers.
not our
You know,
fault, dude. By the way, did you hear he said best quarterback in the AFC East?
was he referring to Mike White?
I don't think so.
I think he was saying like the
Was he?
Jets' best quarterback, Mike
Hey.
White, is now on the
Okay.
Dolphins, is what he was
All
referring
right,
to.
okay.
But wow, Baldy. I mean,
Marcos.
like, it's good to hear somebody
Marcos.
bring the guy Aaron Rodgers to task. What's wrong, Leroy? Hey, Leroy, what'd you think of Baldy?
I see what you did there.
What are you talking about?
What do you
And I'm gonna tell you, next time I see you, it's go time.
Why?
Me personally, it just was good audio. I'm trying to contribute to the
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it's great producing. Anytime we can hear from
Hey,
Baldy.
You guys never heard that before.
No, dude, we never heard that. Wow.
Man.
Unbelievable. All right, when we come back,
And you know what? It minus one for you for just chiming in. You two, it's always 2 against 1.
What are you talking about, dude?
Because
Never. I gotta get this bracket done. Jeez.
Wow, we're
I'm
gonna get
done.
back.
It took me 3 minutes and
Oh, but I've been-
37 seconds.
I've been cutting Ramsey stuff, you know. I've
Yeah.
been busy.
Gotta get your bracket done. Robbie's gonna be mad.
I don't know.
3
do it,
minutes.
can I do it game by game? I'm trying to log into this bracket too. It doesn't seem to be letting me.
You gotta do it online. I
Yeah.
was just printing them out.
Ah.
I don't know what to do.
All right, Jalen Ramsey met with the media. We'll hear from the new Dolphins cornerback. Hear what he had to say as he was holding court. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Snoop Dogg bringing his high school reunion tour to the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm this August. We want you to go. For your chance to win, head on over to WQM.com and enter. And you can be seeing Snoop Dogg with Wiz Khalifa and more. It's a Live Nation show. Those tickets courtesy of Live Nation. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the DeVesman and Dover law firm, your accidentattorneys.com?
Boy, it was a
consultations 24/7. Calling at 866-954-MORE.
Little bit nipply this morning.
Nipply.
Chilly.
Ah, I got you. You're saying they can cut glass right now.
Yep. Not very many clouds in the sky, partly cloudy. Winds are 10 to 15 miles an hour. Out of, I'm going to say because of the weather, it's probably out of the north, but I can't see which way my trees are blowing. And currently it's 75 degrees.
All right. There you go. We have somebody on the an LA Rams fan is checking in on our Jalen Ramsey coverage for today, and he's just saying Hunter Long with a monocle. Wish we could have more of a scouting report for you, Rams fan, but he didn't play very much.
He had one catch.
One catch, yeah. He didn't play very much. I mean, he was a third-round pick, and they, they decided we play him. I don't know. Fairness, like, look, Gesicki was here. Gesicki was the guy. But they never really cracked open the old Hunter Long.
Here's the deal.
He's not a great blocker.
If you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, why do you need your tight end to catch passes? He's going to be the third or fourth option anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need him to be out there getting 80 or 100 catches.
In fairness, though, we saw Trent Sherfield have games. We saw even River Craycraft had a couple of games out there.
Yeah.
Oddly, Mike Gesicki's games, his good games, only came when Tua was out. It was a very strange thing. I don't know if that's just a quarterback. I don't think they had a bad relationship, but maybe some guys just don't get on the same page.
It happens, dude. Hey,
they never seem to get on the same page. It was weird because whenever Tua was out, those were always Mike Gesicki's best games.
My best games as a receiver came with Bernie Kosar.
Hey, bro.
Because we had somewhat of a connection where he could just, tell me to do something else and I would do it and it would work. And when you have a different quarterback or when you change a quarterback, a lot of times he sticks to the script.
Well, let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Cats back in action tonight against the Montreal Canadiens at 7:00. We'll get into some cat talk later on this hour, which is always brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers.
Also a good one. That lemon lime one.
Oh, yeah.
It's not better than cherry apple, though.
World Baseball Classic. Puerto Rico defeated Dominican Republic. They advanced to the quarterfinals. Edwin Diaz, Mets closer, he was taken off the field in tears. I got to
tell you, I love celebrating like the next guy,
but
I ain't gonna act a damn fool.
It didn't seem like much, though, Remember when dude got hurt landing on home plate for a home run? Was that Kendry Morales? I just threw a name at Marcos. He's like, I don't.
Who?
Marcos is not a baseball guy. Marcos is like so out on baseball. He's like, oh, this American lineup. And I was like throwing at him like Mookie Betts. He goes, who?
Yeah. He
I'm
said
like, they're Pete Alonso. I'm like, these are the best players in baseball, Marcos.
Yeah, then he said 6 other names.
Tim Anderson. He goes, nope. Who's that? Is he the tool man?
I'll take your word for that.
Anyway, one man that we do know is Jalen Ramsey. And he was introduced to the media last hour. Let's hear a little bit from Ramsey. This is him on the AFC East quarterbacks he's going to have to go up against this year.
We'll be straight. We're going to put the work in. It's an NFL, so it's any given Sunday. It's week by week. I think we'll be good, though. Like I said, we got on paper, I'm cool with us. I come over here and sing praises all day long, but we got to put the work in. We got a lot to do and a lot to accomplish before we get to those games. You know what I'm saying? But man, they had some they played well in the division already without me. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come in here and just add to that. But I can't even really speak specifically about certain games or matchups yet because we not even there. We got a lot to do internally first. Like that's what it's about. First is us, and then we'll worry about everybody else. But right now we ain't worried about nothing.
There you go.
You know what?
What you saying?
That is a excellent answer.
I knew you'd love it.
For a person that don't like to give nobody no praise, you just disregard the question.
He's grown. He's grown. You know,
Yeah.
he's a more seasoned Jalen Ramsey. He's not just taking a flamethrower to everybody.
He's 100% accurate.
Would you like to get his thoughts on Mike McDaniel?
Oh God, I wonder how long that meeting went.
Here is Jalen Ramsey on his new head coach.
What is it about Coach McDaniel that's intriguing to you?
He a little weird. You know what I'm saying? He a little weird. We all weird in our own way, but you know, he a little weird. But that's cool though, and he does things his way, right? And he's himself all the time. Like it's not fake or nothing like that. So
I'm a big snack time guy.
Players have said about, have talked about with me, and they like that about him. And I'm sure I will too. But like I said, I can't really even speak. I can only speak from our, recent interactions. We've interacted a little bit, and he seems cool. But once I'm actually here a little bit longer, actually around him a little bit longer, I'll be able to answer that question a little bit better for you. But I think he's gonna be a great coach.
Sounds like Mike McDaniel asked him about philosophy the first meeting.
But
what would Socrates say to that?
It's actually, we only hear Jalen Ramsey after games or after altercations and stuff like that.
Right.
But when you hear him talk now, just in a setting that really doesn't involve football or players, he seems just like a guy that keeps it real.
Oh yeah, well listen,
he keeps it real. Like
he's always kept it real. He kept it real when he showed up to Jacksonville's training camp one time in a Brinks truck, which Tom Coughlin had to.
Somebody give that guy a gold star.
What is this? What?
Classic.
Yeah, he showed up in a Brinks truck. Tom, get him out of here. Let's extend Blake Bortles. Brr. It's a shame Tom Coughlin went out bad. Would you like some more on Jalen Ramsey on his new head coach? Here's more Ramsey.
If I can follow up, when you say he's a little weird, what does that mean? The way he talks to the media? I mean,
all of that. It's different, right? It's different than what you would expect of like maybe a head coach. Like he be fresh, he gonna, everything. Like he got the shoes, he loves shoes, all of that. It's like it's different. I wouldn't say weird, but I think I'm weird. Like I say weird is in terms of like different,
What?
Damage is done, my friend. Well, because I know that one's gonna end up on the gram later.
The dreaded follow-up.
Jalen, that's good journalism by Mike DePasquale. He goes, when you say weird, what do you mean? I feel like the answer should have to be like, come on, we know.
What he should have did was say, what would Socrates say?
Yeah, what would Socrates say to that? Well, first I met him and he said he was a big snack time guy. Then he gave me 800 plays that I had last year against, from all kinds of angles. And I thought that came on a bit strong.
I think this team is in a good spot because you have two corners that supposedly need to bounce back, right? X was hurt all last year, but he gutted it out. And there was some question about Jalen Ramsey and what, was happening to him last year because he got beat a little bit. And we're not used to seeing that. So you throw in a defense he's familiar with in Vic Fangio, you get X healthy, and you got two guys that are going to have, I wouldn't necessarily consider them bounce back years simply because the circumstance in which they were playing kind of led to how they ended up playing, X being hurt and Jalen Ramsey being on that team. But I look forward to this year, being in a situation where, look, that defense is going to be really good.
Look, it's possible. I mean, we can't rule out the fact that they may be getting on it's a young man's position, I would say. Like, cornerback does feel like one of those positions where there's always a guy bursting onto the scene. It feels like every year who's that dude,
But you only got a handful of them.
No, I know what I'm saying, but like we're talking about the best of the best guys now.
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner's that guy now. Like he's the guy everybody looks upon. It was Jalen Ramsey.
Do we look towards him because his name's Sauce, or do we look good?
Having a name named Sauce is good, but he was by like all account, like he measured out as better than anybody. Yes,
like he was good in college and he's good in the league.
But Sauce, like yes, if your name is Sauce, that's gonna help.
Right.
That's a little change.
It's just like with X, his name, Xavier, having X as your nickname.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's part of your name.
Yeah, like
Sauce.
That's not his real name.
No,
you don't think that's on the birth certificate? What is Sauce Gardner?
That's true. What is his name?
Gardner.
It's gonna be something like McCorkle.
Let's see. His name is Ahmad Gardner.
Sauce sounds so much better.
Sauce is cool.
Sure.
Sauce is what?
Sure.
So when they come down, should all the fans yell Ahmad?
Maybe. I don't know.
McCorkle.
Here's a little bit more from Jalen Ramsey. This is him on the trash talk that he is so known for.
It's not like a psych me up thing. It's just what I do. It's fun. Like it's part of my game. Like I have fun with this. Like it is my profession. It's my job. It's very serious. I got to take it serious, but like I have to have fun with it as well. Like I love it, and so that's just a part of who I am and how I express my love for the game out there, and how I go at my opponents. Like I ain't got no friends while I'm on the field. It don't matter, who you are. So that's just my way of going about my business. I ain't gonna say nobody really give it back like how I give it, but sometimes a couple guys might have something to say, if they feel like they made a good catch or had a little success, but it ain't happened often. You know what I mean? So.
Trevor from the 203 says Big Play Slay is on line one. Yeah, he's on line one to another team because you guys caught him rats off a ship, Trevor.
Yep.
Yeah, what is going on in Philly?
Yeah.
Rats off a ship?
I think I saw Miles Sanders went to Carolina.
Everybody's, it seems like
Saunders.
They're all rats off a ship.
I think they lost a lot of defenders as well. So
is he back? I didn't know that Darius Slay signed back. Did he sign a new deal?
Which is crazy.
It's hard to keep up.
Why would you cut a guy to bring him back? And then why do I celebrate that?
That here, think about this. To restructure or redo a contract, technically you have to do that.
Okay. So it's like a workaround.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because the NFL salary cap is fugazi.
It's true. It is.
They just make it up as they go.
A lot of loopholes.
Rules around rules.
Like taxes for the rich. It's always loopholes.
Dade South says Tobin is Sauce Fraudner.
Pretty good. Gotta get that guy point.
What do you think was said in that first Mike McDaniel meeting with Jalen Ramsey for him to have the initial reaction to him? He's weird.
I just think Mike is a laid-back dude that goes about things in a different way, but gets what he needs to get out of his players. Like, you would think somebody that goes about football the way he does and plays offense the way he does would have a team like the run and shoot, like a team that's not tough, that they do things a little bit differently. And that wasn't the case at all. And so his appearance and how he talks probably has nothing to do with the standard in which he goes to work and does his job. And I think that's a good thing because there's a lot of different ways to get to the same point. And I think that he's one of those guys that has found a different way. You've had some guys. It doesn't mean that he's not no nonsense, right? It does not mean that at all. It just means that how he goes about it is a little bit different. I think sometimes going at it a little bit different instead of having coaches yell all the time or coaches, go about it certain way, sometimes it's refreshing to a player.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
I'm happy and I'm sad.
Exactly.
There you go. That would explain Mike McDaniel in a nutshell. And then you just look at him and go, what?
I think his I think that was like one of those days where he was asked about the defense dominating the offense because he's obviously the offensive play caller. And I believe his answer to it was, I'm happy and I'm sad.
I'm happy and I'm sad.
Which is a weird thing. If you're an offensive guru, see, here's the thing. We're going to be in these camps and we're going to be like, oh, big day for the offense. But man, you put a lot into Fangs and the defense. So it's like, what am I rooting for?
Well, here's something you really should understand about camp. Camp is scripted. Okay. And what coaches are looking for in those scripts is just competition. There's no game plan for a certain player. There's no game plan for a certain offense or a certain defense. You have a period. You may have a period that says blitz drill, blitz period, which means defense going to blitz on every play. You already know. So after that period, if somebody says the offense handled the defense and they did a lot of blitzing, of course they knew it was the blitz drill, right? That's just kind of how it goes. Or when you do 7-on-7 and the quarterback sits back there and pat the ball for 17 minutes, and then somebody gets open and everybody goes, ooh, great play. Well, it's 7-on-7. There's no pass rush. So you got to put things into perspective. What he's probably talking about is if you have a period that the defense just dominates, right? You're glad for your defense, but you might be upset that you hope that your offense would have been a little more competitive or compete more, even though they were up against it.
Hopefully you didn't jinx us.
But that's basically what practice is. Like, that's why every time we went to practice, every time we went to watch them play and everybody got excited over plays, I'm like, what are you doing? The most unfair drill for a DB is one-on-one. The most unfair drill for an offensive player is pass rush. Because in pass rush, you ain't got to worry about the run. You just worry about the one guy in front of you blocking, which never happens in a football game. And then one-on-one against the DBs, that DB ain't got to worry about the run. He ain't got to worry about formations. He ain't got to worry about you clearing somebody out. He ain't got to worry about any of that. He's just guarding you one-on-one, and you got about 5 seconds to run a route.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. You guys can text to 305-567-0560 or call if it tickles your fancy. We got Goosey's No Goosey's coming up later on this hour. Back with more for this. Roy here with you on 560 WQAM. And we're giving away another dual number custom jersey signed by Mark Duper and Mark Clayton, courtesy of our friends at Sinbad Sports. For your chance to win, enter now at WQAM.com, and the autographed jersey could be yours. Sinbad Sports, they are having a huge live auction in Pembroke Gardens this Friday and Saturday. Live bidding on autographs, frames, memorabilia, jewelry, watches, art, and more than 200 items. For more details, go to SinbadSports.com. The Cats will be back in action tonight, 7 o'clock puck drop against the Montreal Canadiens.
Leroy, you have a special investment in this game due to your
Yeah, is there gonna be a lot of trash talking in the house tonight from
what's
the
gonna be
in-laws?
happening, huh?
Really? They don't.
Were they on like a 2-week cruise? Are they back yet? Where
They
are
ain't
they?
back yet.
Wow.
The gigglers.
The gigglers.
They're always laughing.
Oh, okay. Well, you know they're having a good time.
No, you know people that it's like a nervous chuckle all the time. So somebody sent us a name for
what?
it, and I'm gonna just tell you before I even bring it to your attention.
Okay.
I have already given it a -1.
Okay.
Finterceptors. PHIN interceptors.
-1.
I actually don't hate it. I actually don't hate it.
It's right up there with wet blanket.
It's terrible. That's terrible.
I'm not opposed to that. I think Finterceptors is not that bad. So, but that's just me. Get to some cat talk here real quick. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When Game Time makes Celsius a part of your playing, get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. You'll, of course, be able to hear the Cats tonight on WQAM. They did send down the Lion King. Alex Lyon got sent to Charlotte to get some just to get some reps. They brought Mac Guzda up as the backup goalie, just in case things go awry. But Sergei Bobrovsky, obviously, they are riding high on him right now, and Spencer Knight's still away from the team. So that is the goaltending situation right now with the Panthers, who will take on Montreal today at 7. Let's hear a little bit more from Jalen Ramsey. We got Goosey's No Goosey's coming on later this hour. And this was Jalen Ramsey. Would you like to hear his response to people who thinking he's washed and past his prime?
Who thinks that? People think that?
He was asked about it.
So what does that say about the other cornerbacks who are ranked lower than him? Because he's 3rd.
Well, let's hear what Jalen Ramsey has to say.
So for those who say maybe Jalen's past his prime, what do you say?
All right.
Did you hear any of that on social media or anything like that?
Did you see me play this past year?
I'm just asking about what others may say.
Yeah, you gotta cut on the film now. You gotta really watch it. You gotta really watch it. You know, you don't become this successful, without actually doing good things on that field and having the respect from your peers and media and we're gonna see. We're gonna see what they gotta say, once we out on the field. That's what matters. We're gonna
Write
see
what
they
you
gotta
will.
say.
I like it.
It is like here's what I don't understand about just people in general. We actually watch. There are some people who watch sports or movies or whatever in hopes that they can witness failure, right? In hopes that they can witness the down. And like, why can't we just enjoy it? Why can't we just? But for anybody to think that Jalen Ramsey, why? Because he got beat a couple of times. Like, yeah, that's that position. That position. And here's the other thing. It shows the ignorance of the people saying that for this reason. We all see a guy get beat, and we think because he's the closest guy, it's his fault, without really knowing what happened on the defensive side of the ball. And so that's why sometimes when I see a guy get beat or you see a guy chasing, now they got to do something on the film to let you know it wasn't them. Like holding up their hand, looking over at the safety, stuff like that.
But here's the thing. I like that Jalen Ramsey, like whether he knows it, believes it, whatever. I think that stuff is always great. I think it helped Tyreek Hill last year. I'm sure it did. Tyreek Hill was already awesome, but the fact that everybody thought that he was going to become a ghost without having Patrick Mahomes, I think that stuff is great. I don't think that this is I don't think that that's a bad thing for the Dolphins that they have a Jalen Ramsey who wants to prove some people or shut some people up or be on a new team, and Lord knows he's going to get some good opportunities because there's some good weapons in this division.
It's not that it's a good or bad thing. It's just that a lot of times that information is not
Leroy Adam Schefter is tweeted out. The Miami Dolphins are signing wide receiver Braxton Berrios to a 1-year deal.
Daddy loves you guys.
Goosies galore.
Sir, it appears somebody owes somebody an apology.
Oh, you nothing.
What do you mean? You said you scoffed. I did. Scoffed.
I did. I did.
You know what we got now, dude? Let me tell you what we got right now.
What do you got?
You want to know what we got?
What do you got?
Intangibles.
A 1-year deal means you basically have a tryout.
Whatever, dude. He's here. You said it wasn't going to happen. You said we didn't need him. And who do we got? Double B.
I did say that.
His home.
I did say that. I believe
Back
it.
in his home. And you want to know something? Good. Because we need some sure hands on those punts.
That's true.
We need some sure
When
hands.
it gets to crunch time, they're going to put Tyreek Hill back there anyway.
I don't know. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they had that. I mean, Wilson did have that one sick punt return.
You know what's crazy? You think of Randy Moss as a punt returner?
Do I think of him as a punt returner?
Yeah.
I do not.
He's
But
got probably, I would say 2 or 3 touchdowns punt returning. Because he was so damn fast. It's like, hey, Randy, go give us one.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but I still believe when they get in the crunch time and they need one, they'll put Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle back there. Or who else did they put back there? They put was it Jeff Wilson?
Cedric Wilson got
Cedric
Wilson by the end of the year, but they're just trying to give him some touches, I think.
Right. So yeah, it will. Here's what it'll do. It'll give them maybe some consistency at returner, right? But I just still think that when it gets to crunch time and they need a play, they're gonna put Tyreek or one of those fast guys back there.
No tweet from Braxton Berrios yet, but listen, breakfast is gonna be sweet with a little honey nut Berrios. It's gonna be good. Oh wow, delicious!
Quickly.
That's his Twitter handle. You can't -1 me for his own nickname.
That's true.
Immunity.
I reluctantly take it back. But
No
you
minus
best,
one here.
My man, man.
you best believe.
I'm not on notice, dude. Don't you even say it.
You best believe I'm on edge with all your little side talk here, buddy.
So exciting.
I can't believe you wheelbarrowed around the room for Braxton Berrios.
Dude, it's exciting. Hometown guy, beloved Kane, gets to come and play in his building again. That's fun. That's a great story. Goosies. That's you cannot.
Can
you
I
cannot
just
deny
say this?
Goosies on this. You can't deny Goosies.
No, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with you. Your level of excitement when something happens and the way you just turn your back on said situation when it goes bad. Like, can you just temper your enthusiasm a little bit?
I don't understand what I have to temper, dude. I'm happy Braxton Berrios is here. What's not to
That's
love?
all you had to say.
And I'm mostly
You
happy.
you didn't have to do the boot scoot boogie around the room in
Well,
your
I mean,
chair.
I was mocked by my co-host, my friend. He said it's a stupid idea, and I said because you said you only want to sign him for the Goosies, which is true. But now I got him. But I'm spelling those Goosies with a U.
There we go. See, this is the part. It's not the excitement level. It's the over-the-top excitement level.
Mhm.
Do you understand that you're maybe being a little
No, I just think-
overly excited?
I think you should just let me go, baby. Like we're all happy right now.
You don't ever stop, so how am I not letting you go?
Little homecoming, dude. Who doesn't like a little homecoming? Even Dade South is saying you're being joy police. And he's usually coming at me for being over the top.
And you know, once Dave South gets on you.
It's gonna be fun. Braxton Berrios
Is it?
on the fins.
All right.
Love it. Just love it. It's excellent. Shafta, making my day. All right, we're way over a second. Back after this. Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. I want to let you guys know something, okay? Marcos, sorry I've held this from you, all right?
Please let me know.
It's Dave and Buster's month. It's Dave and Buster's month.
This
all right?
month?
Yeah, this month
Jeez.
is Dave and Buster's month, all right?
Wow.
And it's just in time for Hoops Tournament Hysteria, which finally got up here in the studio. And West Virginia giving the Terrapins the work right now. I mean, whooping them like Shredder. That's how you treat a turtle.
What?
Wow. Oh, you liked it. That's a point. You liked it.
Point for Tobin.
So, what is our wager?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, dude, I never did the bracket.
No, you.
I swear to God, I'm sorry. I was working.
What?
I was working.
You had one job.
I was putting together. I was cutting.
You didn't do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
dude.
Is it too
Wow.
No, you just go do it.
I think it's definitely too late.
No, but you can
Wow.
still do the games that you didn't.
All right, cool. I'll do that maybe. Anyway,
He's not.
I'm gonna do it. I swear. I picked Miami to win it all.
No, that's good.
If we have no Chad O'Meara. If we don't, I don't know. Nervous. Anyway, Dave and Buster's month here on WQAM, just in time for Hoops Tournament Hysteria. We got your chance with a $250 gift card from Dave and Buster's. Just go to WQAM.com and enter on the contest page. If you win, you can go to Dave and Buster's with your gift card and have a party. All on us and Dave and Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave and Buster's in Hollywood. March Madness is officially underway. As right now it is 19-11 with 8 minutes to go in the first half against 19-11 West Virginia on top of Maryland. And then Virginia out to a quick lead, Leroy, on Furman, 10-3.
Oh.
That's your less threatening 4-13
Yeah.
seeding matchup.
Oh.
Typically, you got to watch out what the Canes are in, a 5-12.
5-12. Yeah, a lot of people are saying
5-12.
Drake has a chance. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I just saw what Dane South said to you, where he says, you just have to hope Tobin tires himself out and falls asleep in the car like a toddler. That's not what's going to happen, dude. I'm excited today.
Hey, I literally have looked at this man when we have gone places and said, he's going to get tired, right? I mean, we would get up, go do a show, walk around, get something to eat. Tobes, where you going? I'm going to find the hooligans.
Yep. Oh, that was fun. We need to be back to the Irish.
Yeah.
By the way, Conor McGregor said yesterday he is going to fight at 170. He's not fighting at 155, which is kind of obvious if you look at him. He doesn't look like he's making 155 ever again.
Pretty big.
So, and is that a good thing? It's almost like a restart, right?
I've
like
always
when fighters do that, it's kind of like a reset because
Yeah.
you can kind of go through a different division and they won't hold the fact that you lost your last 4 against you at a different weight class. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does. But sometimes it's also the signs that he just doesn't, I've always felt that the bigger Conor's been, the less special he's been too. Like he was the best at 145. Like, people always say like, who was the best one? It was Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo was the king for the longest. Max Holloway, was always, but I always felt like, come on, Conor's run to the title at 145 was something the sport will that's what made him him.
Right.
Knocking out people, saying what round it was. So we'll see. But I understand. Like, look, it's tough to he put
That's
on
like
all that damn muscle.
John Jones ain't gonna be a light heavyweight ever again.
No. Texter. All right, Miami. We brought back Barrios. All right, Texter's fired up. Got a good kick returner. It's true. Former All-Pro. So that's good. Another guy says, Tobin, too much. If you're excited about this, it doesn't give you room to enjoy the really big things. It's a fun
I agree
story.
with that.
But it's a fun story. Look,
Okay,
Bryce Harris
yes.
is a nice player, but it's also a cool story.
Yes, but is it reason to start wheeling around the studio?
Yeah, but
Is it
first-
that exciting?
Here's why. It was an equation. Okay. It's like parts former King comes home, popular former King comes home.
Yep.
Parts You said it wasn't going to happen, so I get to rub it in your face.
That's true.
And parts, I'm also happy about it because they needed to fulfill that role last year.
So you're telling me,
Hmm?
and here's the kicker. If I had not said it wasn't going to happen, you wouldn't have been as
Definitely.
dramatic.
No.
You are. Oh,
No way. There's no way I would have
you
been
are-
that happy. But you rubbing into my face, you sounded just like that. And then when it did happen, I was like, that's what got to me at that point, you know?
How do you manage to put your silliness off on me? How do you manage to get away with that? So you're telling me if I had not said what I said, that you wouldn't have carried on the way you did? Come on. Anything? Anyone?
Guy says, what? Guy says, sounds like Bam was right about Leroy and the Dolphins, too. Perhaps. Perhaps he was.
That's where we are now.
He was right.
So any type of criticism, Bam was right.
By the way, speaking of Bam, should be mentioned yesterday. Everybody gives this Triple J all this talk about the blocky blocks. Oh, league leader in blocks. You should be defensive player of the year.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want for all you squares who think that Depoy should just be based on blocks. Bam, 3 blocks yesterday, snuffed out the Grizzlies, and then just won a game with a block. So and the Grizzlies, who I was told have a good defense, I was told that was a thing. He put up nearly 140 on them. So why don't you take your Jaren Jackson Jr. Fodder elsewhere? All right, nerds. Oh, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the best player. Cat can't even stand the court. He's in foul trouble all the damn time. He's good. Don't get me wrong. I like Jaren Jackson Jr.
No.
He's no Bam. He's not Bam.
You can't
He's not
all of a
Bio
sudden
Jaren.
wait. You can't go on for 5 minutes and then go, he's good. No.
Good, but
No.
no Bam Adebayo.
No.
I'm just saying he's no Bam Adebayo. I just want it to be known. Everybody's so obsessed. All of a sudden we care about blocks again. It's just hilarious that becomes a thing because when Hassan Whiteside was here, everybody hated blocks. Like, well, it's not a real metric. And now all of a sudden Jaren Jackson Jr. does it because he's on the Grizzlies, Nerd Wonder's favorite team.
Well,
and everybody loves it. You want to know what the Grizzlies lead the league in? Can I just say what they lead the league in? Punching people in the junk. That's what they lead the league in. All right.
True.
That's what they lead the league in.
Let's not forget the illegal, egregious act of pushing over that poor cameraman.
Yup. Oh, I saw that. That
Wow,
poor cameraman.
dude. He didn't even look back. Sometimes he give him the "let me help you up." I'm sorry. Nothing.
Do you want to know how annoying the Grizzlies are?
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks got Tyler Hero to get a technical foul yesterday. When's the last time Tyler Hero's gotten a technical foul? It's been a while.
Dylan Brooks, huh?
Dylan Brooks.
This guy.
You want to talk about a guy who stepped in it, who got boxed in because he's in this beef with Draymond Green right now?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the clip that came out from because they're arguing each other's credentials left and right. And Dylan Brooks, it was surfaced back when he was in Oregon on the Ducks. It was like, I want to be the Draymond Green for this team.
You've been boxed
Oh, he crawled in that box like he was hiding from somebody.
Yeah, it was. You don't want that film surfacing.
So that came out.
Oh, it was. Yeah, I think NCAA. I think the NCAA CBS account tweeted it out.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Whoops.
Wait, Maryland came back on West Virginia.
Oh wow, Stormed back. Yeah, West Virginia, 21-19 now. All right. Listen, Pat White's happy.
Okay.
He's still concussed.
Wow.
He's been in concussion protocol for 17 years.
That's something. We'll take a quick break. Final hour of the show coming up. We got Goosies, no Goosies coming up next hour. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock. Want to let you guys know. All right, we're giving away another dual custom jersey signed by Mark Duper and Mark Clayton, courtesy of our friends at Sinbad Sports. For your chance to win, enter now at WQM.com, and the autographed jersey could be yours. Sinbad Sports is having a huge live auction in Pembroke Gardens this Friday and Saturday. Got bidding on autographs, frames, memorabilia, jewelry, watches, art, and more than 200 items. For more details, go to SinbadSports.com.
My face hurts.
Why?
Wow. Look at all this hair.
Oh.
I was trying to see if I should go with the rough look.
I like it. You're talking about. I think it is a little more intimidating. You know.
It hurts.
You know? Yeah. This kid needs to know what's what.
Yeah.
We're putting a lot of effort into this, even facial hair.
My hair doesn't grow like you guys' hair. Your hair grows straight. My hair grows curly. So if I let it grow too much, without letting it grow all the way out, then you get those little.
Yeah, I
know. Mine looks like a Nestle Crunch.
Dude.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't. You don't have facial hair.
I shaved between segments. What are you talking about? I just shaved last hour.
No, you didn't.
I had to, dude. Otherwise, I would have been scratching. That's too much.
I've seen old ladies with more facial hair than
That's
you.
ridiculous, dude. No, it's so itchy.
Dude, how long? No, this is an honest question because I've seen you. You don't even have crop dust on your lip. How long would it take you to grow a mustache?
Dude, I have a mustache by the end of the show if you want me to. That's how fast I grow. You know, I'm like,
well, we want you to.
I'd look like Peaky Blinders.
You can't grow facial hair.
I can do it. I just choose not to.
Wait, Marcos, as a guy, you can look at somebody's face and tell if they've been growing facial hair or not.
Yep.
He has not.
No, I think his beard is as fake as his backstory.
Sometimes I'll just be like, it comes out of me. I'm the wolf man. You know, I can't help myself.
It's your howl.
I gotta stop because it's just it flows at such a pace. You know,
you shave once every other month.
No, it's not true, dude. I do every day, and I actually got like an old school razor. I go like one blade, so it lasts a little bit longer. Yeah. But by the time I get home today, I'm gonna be like looking like Rick Van Winkle.
So wait. Let me get this straight, because I'm a guy. See, J Fig don't know about this, but I'm a guy. And you're telling me that you shave with a straight razor.
Yeah.
And have never come in here with a little tissue stuck on your face from cutting yourself.
I'm an expert, dude. I'm like
That's like I know you're wrong.
No, dude.
Hey, you gonna cut yourself with all them folds up under here. It's just natural.
Dude, I'm not. No, listen. I've had fat chins forever. I know how to do it. I know how to go along the plane. It's all good, baby.
Go along the plane. That's another comment of a guy who's never shaved.
Oh, I shaved, dude. Trust me.
What plane? What plane? Oh, Marcos, when you shave, do you go along with the plane? Like that sounds like a guy who never shaved.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm out here. I have to have a smooth face every few hours, or otherwise it's curtains. You know, it just sneaks up on me.
According to you, see, this right here is just from Friday.
That's from, oh man, took you a while.
Do people know why I want to fight this dude all the time? This is simple as that. We looking at your face. Nothing about your face says I grow hair. Yet you talking about you shaved in between segments.
Oh, dude, listen, I'm as hairy as they come. Trust me. I do still wonder though how when Robbie we took it. We one time we're supposed to shave his back. Yeah, I don't understand how he was.
He had the pre-cut. This dude
makes sense.
I don't understand how you didn't check his back before you even had that bet or whatever.
No, I mean, you look at him, you just gotta assume it's nothing but hair there.
Yeah,
that was your lesson, never to assume.
Yeah, well, he taught us for sure.
And Big Spoon, she volunteered for it, and she goes, "Huh, he's got no hair."
It was a marvel.
Wow. You think he does laser hair removal?
So he looks like a chia pet everywhere except on his back.
Yeah, that's where he draws the line.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. He's Robin.
His back looked like Tobin's face.
Look in Miami, you can't really have a hairy back.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Robin knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Let's get to some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. How can a team that at one point in time was ranked in like the top 10, top 5, not even make the tournament?
I don't know who you're referring to, dude.
Yeah,
Michigan.
Oh, are they mad at
Early in the
Juwan?
year, huh?
Are they mad at Juwan?
No, I don't think they're mad at him. I mean, here, college is weird in that in the NBA, it's all about wings and length and stuff like that. But usually teams that go far in the NCAA tournament have point guard play or guard play. And Michigan's centered around a big. That's the same thing I would say about Purdue. Now, that dude's really good, but can you win a championship in college when your team is centered around a big? Because we've had a lot of great bigs come up through college that didn't win a championship.
I can't believe they made, speaking of Michigan, I can't believe they made Duncan Robinson play the last 3 minutes of that game yesterday.
I believe it, man.
What a slap in the face.
Spo.
Hey, they
never guess what he's gonna do next.
I've never had that happen though. Because in football, especially depending on what position you play, it gets to a point in the game where they go, "Are you good?" You know what I mean?
How many times a day do you think Duncan Robinson just opens up his banking app just to make sure he goes,
yeah,
all right, not that bad? Because that would be so frustrated right now.
Think about it. He's probably making $2 million a month.
Yeah, it's got to feel good, right? That's got to feel good.
I mean, so $1 million every other week, it'd be all right.
He'll be all right.
But I think at that point, though, and I try to tell people this, but they don't believe it. It's really not about the money. You want to play.
I'm sure.
I mean, think about this. The guy's not even 30. And the most prolific three-point shooter in your organization can't get on the court. Yep. Under 30. He ain't 35. He's under 30. What do you like? How I mean,
weird, man. It's weird. I mean, like, I don't know if they'll keep Strus next year or what, if Strus is going to get the bag from somebody else, but
I know who's not going to give him the bag, because Pat Riley's saying we ain't paying another three-point shooter.
Strus's agent's like us. So, Pat, nice try.
Yep.
All right, I'll give you some scores right now. March Madness going on. First round of the tournament. Maryland is on top. First half is just about to come to a close. I can't do play-by-play, but right now they're up 32-30 with 3 seconds left in the first half. Elsewhere, 4-seeded Virginia, the Fighting Crotties, they have a 19-14 lead on Furman. So there you go. Those are your scores right now. Coming up at 1:40, you have 7-seed Missouri against 10-seed Utah State. And Kansas, the first 1-seed will be in action, coming up at 2 against 16-seeded Howard. So there you go.
Howard. Sorry.
And then at 2:45, 1-seed Alabama takes on Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Texas got a whole bunch of teams.
Got a lot of schools, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of big state, a lot of schools.
Got a weird cheer squad too.
That
cheer squad at Texas A&M. They have that midnight thing. That
well, that's
Texas,
the Texas A&M.
This is a different Texas.
This is Texas A&M.
You didn't hear? Wait. See, here's the thing about
didn't Cater Cohu play here?
Community college, right? Did we say?
No, he went to Commerce School.
He went to
something. Texas
No.
A&M
You're right. He went to Texas A&M Commerce.
How many Texas A&Ms are there?
This
dude?
is Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Way different, dude.
So here's the deal, Marcos. I'm gonna tell you like this.
That's not my fault.
The NCAA tournament,
yes,
is the only tournament when you hear the first part of the school, you got to keep listening, because there's a lot of smaller schools that you may not have heard of that win a conference or something like that, they get in. And this is one of those. You just heard Texas A&M.
Yeah.
You didn't hear the Corpus Christi part.
I heard it, but I completely. Sometimes
that's just like
don't
you know, there's a lot of different University of Louisianas, and there's LSU. But they say them a little different.
He's like, what's a Corpus Christi?
Kind of confused by their mascot too. They're the Islanders.
Texas.
Islanders.
No island in Texas, is there?
There's no island in Texas.
There is South Padre Island.
What? You guys are just making things up, huh?
Corpus
No.
Christi.
No,
Have
yeah,
family with it.
that's right. There's a.
It's in
Would you count that as a
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Very depressing, though.
I mean,
Right.
wait.
This has been your March
Tobin.
Madness.
What?
Stop acting like you had a revelation. Texas A&M Corpus Christi. You go, they're in Corpus Christi.
I didn't even know it was.
You didn't know Corpus Christi?
I thought it was. I thought it was like
Island.
religious.
No,
South Padre Island.
they got
Love that
that.
place.
That's TCU,
You love that place?
Texas Christian.
Wow.
Horned frogs.
Yep,
Mm. All right.
they're a while away from making that not very religious.
Yeah.
No, trust me. There's plenty of horny frogs on that campus.
All right, I'm safe. Gone about 30 seconds without a reference to me.
Well, they're really lizards. So it's not the same.
All right, perfect.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's true.
A
They're
horned
called-
frog is a lizard?
Yeah, we did this
Yeah.
before.
No, we didn't.
Still shocking.
Yes, we have.
No,
We
we did.
did.
I was very
Maybe
shocked.
I mean,
No,
was
we
he
did.
out that day? No, we definitely did. Yeah, the horned frog is a lizard. It's not an actual frog. They
I
just
think
look.
we were on studio when it happened, and I was very uncomfortable with the way they looked.
It's a lizard,
Yeah,
dude.
it was strange.
Very popular pet. Very popular pet.
I wouldn't say very popular.
Very popular.
Right? I would say very popular.
The Miami Dolphins, they welcomed in Jalen Ramsey as he had his opening press conference. Can I get Jalen Ramsey on Fangs' scheme? What does he think he's going to bring to the Fang scheme? Onlyfangs.com, starring Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think you can keep saying that. I just feel like that's something he's not going to appreciate. But
Yeah, it's very similar scheme, so that's a blessing. I might have to learn like some new terminology and how he names things, stuff like that. But I'm very familiar with the scheme, love the scheme. It's different ways to play it, right? And that just depends on how the flow of our team and exactly what he want me to do. But because I have that versatility, I can do whatever that he asks of me. If he want me and X to lock up the outside, that's what we're gonna do, and then they're gonna do their job everywhere else. If he want me to move around a little bit, go in a nickel, go in a dime, blitz, cover tight ends, run it, whatever it is, I'll be able to do all of it. I think everybody know that though. Like y'all know me. Like y'all know how I get down. Y'all know what I do. So being able to bring that in this to this defense and this secondary gonna be cool for sure.
Hey, now that's a level of confidence not many people have.
I like that.
I don't need to tell you what I could do. Y'all know what I could do,
I like that.
right? He ain't got to say, I don't even need to get into it. Y'all know what's
I like
up.
it because he's right. I'm like, no, I do know. I'm a
If Eli Apple would have said the same thing, we would have been a little
Oh man,
we've seen your work, Eli.
we've
Apple.
seen it, dude. We
Yep.
have seen it. He also he was asked if he thinks that him and X have taken over Sam Madison, Pat Surtain as the top tandem now as Dolphin cornerback Royal.
They ain't played together yet.
This is what he had to say.
Look, we trying to be the best, man. We ain't trying to really worry about comparing ourselves with anybody else. We trying to be ourselves. Like I said, we've had some success in our individual careers up until this point. We plan to have more success now together in the same secondary as a duo. Not really looking to compare it all. One of the guys is our coach anyway, so we ain't gonna really say nothing. We'll probably have some debates in the meeting room, but man, we just gonna get after it, and then when it's all said and done, then we can talk about we can go over all of that, and we can go over all of what people say that my man over there was talking about. We'll keep the receipts, and we'll go back over all of that, when it's all said and done after the fact. That's what I've been doing my career. X been doing that his career, and somehow we stacking up all pros and Pro Bowls and interceptions and PFF rankings and all of that. So we'll talk about all of that, after the fact.
Yeah, I like it. You know what I also think is it's You should go follow that account, Finn's Receipts. There's a Twitter account that just takes receipts on Finn slander.
Question, Tobin.
Receipts.
Yes.
Is it always necessary to ask a follow-up question?
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sometimes when people haven't asked a question and somebody asked the question they had,
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they have to add to it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That person, I think that was a media person going last question though, not a follow-up question at the end.
Oh.
But there was the only needed follow-up question was what was asked was, why do you think Mike McDaniel was weird? That was a needed follow-up question for sure. Because
I mean, but we know more than he. We know more than he does.
that's right.
So
Wait till they
why,
learn.
like, he's making weird cool though, right?
He
With
is.
the glasses,
He is.
the shoes.
Definitely. He's himself.
Right.
And that's why I think everybody likes him. Is he's weird, but he's authentic.
He's not being fake. I got a head coaching job now. I got to be a hard ass coach.
Nope.
He's still Mike McDaniel.
Nope.
And
That's why he rubs his money in Florio's face.
I think players appreciate that, to be honest with you. Like the other thing is that, see, one of the reasons why players and coaches get so mad at officials, because all of our lives we've been judged by consistency, right? We've been judged on how often you can do the thing that makes you elite or makes you able to do this job for this long. And then we go play these games and we have to deal with officials that sometimes aren't consistent. If you're going to make a call, make it all the time. Don't have me after a game show you film where you decide to make the call on this play and make the call on that play. Be who you are. We can deal with that. The one thing as players in any sport that you can't deal with is inconsistency from an official. That sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. I mean, you look at baseball. I mean, baseball, like sometimes the corner is good, sometimes the corner is bad. You hear announcers say, if you have control and you're always throwing it where your catcher is, he'll give you the corner. If you're wild and then you hit a corner, he's not giving it to you. Isn't it a strike though?
Strike should be a strike, dude.
Right.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Get back into the heat. Miami Heat, blowout city yesterday, a rare blowout. We'll recap the win coming up next. Oh, love that we brought this back, dude. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hey, Leroy, before we get into heat, can we get a weather update at the Windowplex from the DeBesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Oh, I got the blinds open, the shades open. Winds blowing at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Looks like we might have a couple of gusts here and there. It is partly cloudy. And when the leaves seem to be coming at my house would be out of the north-ish. And the temperature has got to be right around 80, 75, 80.
How do you do, Marcos?
Well, the weather in South Padre Island, Corpus Christi, is we got, he said it was about 75 to 80. We got 76 right now. Winds at 15 miles per hour. They got them coming out of the east, though, but I don't believe them. I trust you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. No chance of rain today.
Because that front just came through.
Yeah. Which I enjoyed. Very nice.
The Heat win yesterday blew out the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
138-119. We talked about this earlier in the show. We didn't know what to do with ourselves. Unbelievable. What a feeling it was to have an easy breezy 14-0 run to end the third quarter. That's the cleanest stolen quarter of all time.
Hey, that's so far away from third quarter. But I still kept looking. Because you're not used to this. I didn't know how to act. I was sitting in my chair and I was going, 22-point lead. What do I do?
There was that one.
I'm used to sitting on pins and needles going to the fourth quarter.
I love the one sequence where Jimmy got the block, right? And you're like, yeah. And then they turned it over. Oh, but then Gabe got it right back. Ah. And then he gave it to Jimmy. Huh? And then he gave it to Kevin Love. 3. I was like, oh my gosh, I think they're going to actually smoke him. That was like that was the time where I was like, I think they're going to smoke him this game. This feels like they are going to smoke. And I will say with the Grizzlies, like, look, they're dealing with a lot. I got to say, for them to be, 500 without John Morant, especially, this is different. John Morant being injured. Like John Morant, who, if you guys didn't see, he got officially an 8-game suspension by the NBA, which his games away do count. So I think he's eligible to come back Monday.
Yeah, he's already missed 6 games.
Yeah,
so he only has 2 more games.
But even still, that has to be a lot hanging over your team, right?
Especially, and it's not. Here's the part that hangs over your team. It's not that he's missing those games, but you have to answer questions as to why, and you really can't. They're asking you questions, and you really don't know. You don't know what Josh's going through. You don't know, what steps he's taking to get back, but you keep getting pounded with those questions.
Yeah, it's got to be. He did sit down with Jalen Rose yesterday. He did say the gun wasn't his. Took responsibility. Met with Adam Silver yesterday. So yeah, I mean, it seems like he is on the mend, and he is going to be on the way back to playing basketball next year, which is good news. The league's more fun with John Morant in it. It's more fun when he's able to play basketball.
So you can complain about his almost dunks.
Oh my God. I mean, they have become a very unlikable team. You must admit, like they bellyache.
They went from America's lovable team. They went from America's lovable team to just
jerks.
Yeah.
Knocking over camera operators.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. So listen, trust me, it felt good, especially seeing Kevin Love writhe in pain. It was like, you know what? Now Kevin Love's one of us.
Yeah.
He laid his boys on the line literally for the Heat. Yep. He's a Heat lifer now.
Dude, he didn't want to.
But he did.
Dylan Brooks accosted his man, Netherlands.
It was Desmond Bain, which is like,
Bain.
Once you knew he was out, they had no shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Well,
they have a lot of
leave the game. He had 20 plus at that point.
Something like that. Yeah. Like, he is, he's really good, Desmond Bain, but he's also apparently very accurate with his junk punches.
Could you imagine going home and saying, hey, I got ejected today. Why? Evidently, they thought I hit him in the junk.
I thought it was going to be a flagrant 1. I didn't think he was going to get kicked out, but it was Kevin Love's reaction that I think doomed him, because
Dude, wait
Kevin
a
looked like
minute.
Kevin Love looked like he had been shot.
Dude, I saw Kevin Love get hit and I flinched. Like, yeah, that's not.
Do you have Kevin Love?
You don't play like that. Guys don't play like that. That's not funny.
This was Kevin Love after the game, and this is what he had to say.
Your moment of truth. Did it sting as much as you made it look like it sting, and how much of a shock was it to wind up in that spot?
Yeah, I mean, there's only been a few times in my almost 15 years where something like that has happened. And, Bane is a big boy. But, I tried to hedge out, show on a screen. I don't know if he was looking for the foul or what it was, but just got put in a bad position and, took it in the groin pretty good. And all the men here, you've been hit hard enough to where your back starts hurting. That's where I was. I started to spasm a little bit.
Yeah, some people are back pain guys. Some feel it in the stomach. Depends.
Yeah. I thought I broke my ankle. My whole body, the signals coming down from the brain were not accurate. I had to let it die down to subside.
Yeah, it was just a fun watch yesterday, man. Like Tyler, how about Tyler? The Tyler with the whole the 3/4 court pass to Jimmy for the touchdown. That was nice. Yeah,
Is that the funnest win of the season?
I think it was.
I think it was.
It was just obviously they've had some some game winners like Tyler's buzzer beater against Utah was great, but yeah, it was nice. That's a good team. That's a great defense, even without that's a great defense. They smoked them, and it felt good
for sure.
And it does feel a little bit like this offense might be coming together.
I don't want to be that guy. We've said this before.
Yeah, but here's what, first of all,
and then they go out and play Orlando and lose. So
look, totally fair. But I think what made this different was this wasn't bounce went one way or another. Like to go,
it was total domination.
Total domination.
Right.
It was, so the shooting's been coming around. They have one of these. We already know they can defend. This is a good defensive Heat team. I don't know, man. Maybe things are starting. Let me ask you something. Am I going to get fooled if I say maybe things are starting to come together, Charlie?
No.
I can't help myself.
But and we've determined how many games it would take for us to think this. And I'm not even saying it needs to be a 5-game winning streak, but it needs to be 5 games where you don't lay an egg, right? Because the other team could get hot. So I'm not saying you got to win 5 in a row, although every team that's in their position has had a streak of 5 games. The fact that the Heat have done it and their longest win streak is 4 games is amazing. But
this is from Simon Sperling on Twitter. Heat have shot 40% plus from 3 in 6 of their last 10 games. They did it 7 times in their opening 61.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But that also, here, in fairness to that stat, what it doesn't take account of is Jimmy being more aggressive.
Oh, he's been a monster.
Right? So when Jimmy goes 10 for 12, those other bricks kind of get caught up in that.
He has been he's been a monster just going to the to the rim.
Is that 40% from 3?
From 3, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, 40% from 3. Schmeeth and Schmelnick says, who the bleep is Charlie? You don't remember Lou Brown when things were starting to come together for Cleveland? You're starting to come together, Charlie. Nope. No? -1. Lou Brown. He's the manager for Major League.
God, Charlie Sheen. I'm looking at like I'm looking for a real. That's a -1.
-1.
Wait. Hold
Or
on.
deception.
We need to discuss this. Because I would say it's a -1 to Marcos for not knowing Major League.
He hates baseball.
It's a Major League is a movie.
I know. He hates baseball movies too.
And it's one of the movies that probably stood the test of time. Everybody watches Major League, right?
I love Major League.
Yeah. But who gave him a number 2?
I even like the terrible one where they go back to the minors.
Like the whole team.
I hate it. I mean, I loved it.
And I think one of the dumbest parts of that movie was the catcher who could throw it back to the pitcher.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he had the yips.
Major League.
Was there anybody that had the yips more than Chuck Knobloch?
Nah, he's Rick Ankiel. Rick Ankiel had the
Yeah, but that's different. That's pitching, right? That's your
from
skill.
second base. No, being a
Second base having the shortest throw on the field.
having the yips from second base is bad.
Right.
All right, we play a little Goosies, no Goosies to wrap things up on the other side. time to shiver up and down your skin for a little Goosies.
Goosies.
No Goosies. Our favorite Thursday game to close out today's show. If you missed any of today's show, you can go back and watch either some clips or the full thing on our YouTube channel, Miami 560 WQAM, or on Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM, or on the Odyssey app on WQAM, or the Tobin and Leroy podcast on all your podcast platforms. It's all there for you, baby. Leroy?
Yes,
you
sir.
ready to, play a little Goosies, no Goosies?
I am, but you overdo it sometimes. And
Somebody put out the clip of me reacting to Braxton Berrios on social media, and somebody simply responded, "You'd think someone just told him you're losing your virginity this weekend. Holy cow, ease up on the reaction."
Wow. Again, that's but why am I a hater if I say that?
I mean, you said we weren't going to get him. We got him. Marcos, what do we got for Goosies, no Goosies today?
All right. Let's get back into the number one Goose presenting, charging, creating moment, providing moment of the day. Jalen Ramsey's introductory press conference for the Miami Dolphins. This is him on how fun it's going to be playing with the best organization in the NFL.
It's gonna be nice. A lot of things gonna be nice though. Not just that. A lot of things gonna be nice. We got some young, hungry pass rushers. You know what I'm saying? Christian who gonna run everywhere around the field, make a ton of tackles. You know, talk. Gonna have fun. It's gonna be a lot of stuff happening. And I don't know exactly. I haven't really talked to Vic about specifics yet about how exactly things are gonna go, but what I know about me and X is both of us are dogs. So if we get into a zone, then we might get into a zone. And I might have to let X ride with his zone. And all right, you go with him then. And we go with his zone. Or I might get in the zone and I might want that. Or we'll be like, hey, yeah, evil twin go that way, good twin go that way, and let's do our thing. Like, you never know. We'll figure that out once the time, approaches. But until then, we're gonna enjoy me being here. I'm gonna enjoy my new teammates, my new coaches, the city, find somewhere to live, all that good stuff. Y'all give me the food recommendations, all that good stuff. And then once it's time to, get after it, we're gonna get after it. And we're gonna have some fun too. Like we're gonna definitely have some fun too. And we're gonna love it.
Goosies galore, dude. I don't even have to expound on it,
Goosies galore.
What about you, Leroy?
I do. I have Goosies because
Goosies.
Attaboy.
Anytime you can add, say at their worst, there's still 2 top 5 corners, and they're on the same team. You gotta have Goosies for that.
Yeah. J-Fig?
I would figure the Goosies for this would kind of outdo the Goosies that you showed for Braxton Berrios, but
You're not got Goosies for Braxton Berrios? I don't understand. Tangibles. Wes Welker's here, dude. Your boy Wes Welker. Ask him about him. Do it. You got OG intangibles? Little intangibles?
don't compare Wes Welker to Braxton Berrios.
Don't compare him yet.
He's gonna walk up before the show even ends. And yes, I do have the goosies.
Goosies.
He doesn't stop. You are relentless in your quest to irritate me.
He's already in a mood for today.
I think it started somewhere around the time Marcos brought up the name Baldy.
And that's Mark. See, Marcos and
before
Marcos is like, you know what? Naked and Afraid when they're trying to start a fire. Baldinger. Poof. Big old fire. God.
I just never heard anybody on Aaron Rodgers like that before.
I just wish someone would have gave me insight like that prior.
What do you got, Marcos? Goosies for Jalen Ramsey?
Clean sweep.
Goosies.
What's number 2?
Coming in at number 2. Are you familiar with Bam Adebayo?
Love him.
love him the same way he loves his mother, who yesterday was in attendance at the game and was able to win a cruise. So this is what Bam had to say on his mom winning the cruise.
Bam, it is a big win, but I think the biggest winner of the night was her mom. For those that missed it,
Got a free cruise.
she won the parachute drop. She caught it, and she looked about as excited as ever. When you were a two-time All-Star, she looked that happy. What do you think mom's feeling right now?
I don't even think she don't even like boats like that.
But she doesn't like going on a cruise?
Nah, I think she's scared of water, honestly.
Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, we're gonna get that fixed in the offseason, but more importantly, congrats on the win, congrats to mom, and we'll see you in a couple nights.
Appreciate it.
Staple of the black community, being afraid of water.
Well,
I started swimming at a young age, so I was never scared of water. I'm not scared of the ocean. I'm not scared of going swimming in the ocean. I'm scared of the wildlife that lives in the ocean.
I love that.
Oh, you're scared.
I love that Bam.
No, I'm not scared of the ocean. I'm scared of its residents.
You'll never not have a residence there.
Then I'll never not be. I just won't be in the water.
So you're scared.
I got a pool in my backyard. I need to go swim with fish.
It's lovely, Leroy. You should do it.
No.
Come to Peanut Island with me.
And then it's all salty.
That's true. I like the fact that she kept the cruise. Like that's good for her.
Is
like
she allowed to have that? That's
why
so
not?
cool.
Listen, whoever catches the parachute gets the cruise.
I
Them's
love
the
that.
rules.
As she
It's not
should.
like radio where you call in to win a prize. No,
Look,
this is a random.
If my mom wanted the Mark Duper and Mark Clayton jersey, it ain't happening.
I've always wanted to catch one of those little parachutes.
I know.
Really?
I love a t-shirt toss.
You like cruises, huh?
I love cruises.
Does everybody like cruises but me?
I've only been on one, but I enjoyed myself.
I've been on like 10.
Wow,
They're great.
Did you work on a cruise?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was pretty
So
fun.
you've had more than 10, so and then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, you had to work. I mean, you see these people who work on
Yeah,
a
but
cruise.
you get free time, don't you?
I did personally, but those servers did not.
Did you have to do? Did you have to dance to the YMCA?
Oh yeah, everyone you can think of. I did the Cupid shuffle. I can't even count how many times.
But I got Goosey's. Happy for Bam's mom.
Goosey's.
What's not to love about that? That's
I
adorable.
don't got the goosies.
Why not?
Because he already said she don't really like the water like that. She just
She
happy
would not
won
be
a prize.
excited if she didn't like the water.
No.
Like that.
Here.
Sometimes I just like to
Hold
win.
on. Let me explain something to you. You ever win something and you get
Yeah.
excited to win something
Yeah.
without fully understanding what you actually won?
If I didn't care about it, but I want it, I'd be happy about it.
How do you not understand what it is when it's literally carnival? It's announced
Yeah, but
beforehand.
she just wanted to catch the parachute.
I tell you what I
was
do.
the parachute didn't matter.
I tell you what I love though at the Heat games. I love the people who have to blow the carnival horn. They always run out of breath. It's hilarious. Oh, oh. They're like, all right, did Bob win or did Chuck win?
My favorite
or Chuck's
is when they bring the non-athletic fan onto the court to shoot a basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, that is
Always
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
Always funny to see people miss layups.
Good point.
J-Fig, you got the Goosies from Bam's mom?
Of course I do, and I really hope she takes it and has a great time and gets
I
over
was
that
just
fear
about
of the
to-
water.
Yeah.
Right now, she calling up Pookie. Pookie, you like cruises?
Hopefully
Yep.
Pookie does.
Everybody got a Pookie
Her
in
plus
their family.
one.
What's
Pookie
what's the Latino version of Pookie?
Pato.
You know the nickname that everybody in the family have? Everybody got one guy named that?
Cookie.
Mimi.
Cookie. I tell you what, Cookie was extremely friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
Marcos?
Clean sweep yet again. Bam's mom. Gotta have Goosies.
Goosies. What's number
Not a
3?
clean sweep. He
It's
said
not a
no.
clean sweep. I said
Yeah,
no.
I can't sweep. Do you know what a sweep is?
No, Bam even said my mom don't like water like that.
Yeah, but he was still
Why
happy.
she gonna
for
have
her.
the Goosies? She had the goose for winning. She didn't realize she won a cruise.
Man, there could be a Jolly Rancher attached to that parachute. If I catch it, I'm celebrating.
Right, exactly.
What is number 3, Marcos?
Number 3 is Dan Orlovsky. He says that he uses a towel 30 times before washing it. 30 times. Once a month for Dan.
30 times?
30 times before washing it. Does that give you goosies?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
way. That's what he says.
Want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because if you use a towel too much, as a guys who sweat it's
Yeah.
gonna be stiff like this. You ain't gonna even be able to get it to
So he's
dry
doing
you
like
off.
a
It's gonna scratch your skin off because it's gonna be so straight and hard. And come on, y'all know what an old towel. When you go to reach the towel, to after you take a shower, you go, oh, it's time for a new towel. Why? This one don't bend. You
I'm
know
a-
what's up. That's
I'm
a
going-
lie.
I'm going no goosies. I'm going no
goosies.
goosies. Yeah, no goose.
That's just nasty.
Yeah,
You got all that money, you can't do a towel
pretty
more than
gross.
once every 30 days.
big ESPN star now. Get this guy a towel.
It's true.
Jeez.
Probably should have laid that towel in the back of the end zone so you knew where the hell you were.
Wow.
Always
Just
got the
saying.
guys together.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That just
JP?
sounds nasty, right,
That's
JV?
gross.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine dating a guy and he say, "Don't put that towel in the hamper. I still got 7 more days." And you walk by that towel and say, "Nope, you've used this towel 7 too many
I
days
wouldn't
already."
listen. Yeah.
Right.
There's also a New Girl episode about that.
Huh?
Of course there
Or whatever.
There's a New Girl episode about that.
What about you, Marcos? You got the goosies from Orlovsky?
Surprisingly, I do not.
No goosies.
Yeah, 30
It
days.
sounds just
30
nasty.
times. It's just
The only
sounds
way you
nasty.
could go 30 days between towels unless he's like a nude dryer. Like he's just completely going via air dry.
Well,
And like he just needs the towel
no,
for
because
like,
it's not even a day thing. It's 30 times.
That's
Make sure he
gross.
gets those uses.
That's gross.
I
all right.
sometimes take 3 showers a day. I gotta change that towel after a couple of days.
What let's get one more in here, Marcos, before we get out of here.
The final one. Let's keep it easy, huh? St. Patty's Day. Goosies, no goosies.
Is
Man.
it today? Was it yesterday? No, it's
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
No, you can't. Dude, that's offensive.
What?
I just don't know what you're saying.
He's not saying nothing. He's doing a Lucky Charms commercial.
While
Goosies.
grabbing onto nothing because there's nothing
Goosies.
there.
No,
Yes.
I'm gonna be like looking like McGregor tomorrow, you know, if I wanted to. If I
We
wanted
want
to.
you to.
If I want, I'll see J-Fig. I'm not gonna fall to peer pressure, you know. Nice
Dude,
try.
So
Yeah,
so
I
here's you go fill out the rest of your bracket. We'll
Oh,
determine who wins.
I'm locked out. I can't do it.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I
Yeah.
can't do it. I missed it. I'm sorry. I was cutting Jalen Ramsey bites. My bad. I was doing it for the show.
selfish,
All right.
dude.
Anyway, green beer,
Yeah.
drinking.
Yep.
Yeah, goosies. What's not to love about St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I got something.
No goosies.
There you go.
Why?
No goosies.
Yep.
1, I'm not a big fan of beer.
Wow.
And 2, I'm not
Oh,
Irish.
whiskey.
Whiskey.
Like
ooh.
whiskey?
I like whiskey.
Good.
Anything, any kind of whiskey other than proper 12.
Proper number 12.
Yeah.
By the way, are you disturbed by how white Conor McGregor's teeth are in this new
Yeah.
Apple Proper 12?
Yeah.
Like they are very white
It is
teeth.
very strange.
Did I just say this?
Yeah.
You notice some of the strangest stuff.
Oh, they
I
are-
thought
they are
I was a
very
person.
They're glowing.
I look, I played a
glowing.
sport where it was a bonus to be aware of what was going on and what could happen. But you picked the most minute things.
I'm telling you, watch it next time. You'll notice.
Probably they're probably super white that you have to notice them. I haven't seen the
He looks like a
commercial.
cartoon character. I'm telling you.
I've actually had a proper 12 with the chaser of the pickles, like the pickle juice.
Oh, the pickle man.
It's pretty good.
By the way,
Okay.
can we give a big old
We don't have time. We gotta get out of here.
I don't have time for that, but I
We'll talk
had
about the pickle man
goosies.
tomorrow, though. Everybody got goosies? Goosies, J-Pig?
Goosies.
I do.
No, I
I
don't.
love
No,
beer.
Margos,
and,
goosies?
No, that food sucks.
He's not wrong about that. Corned beef and cabbage.
No
doubt.
goosies.
All right, that's our show, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow.
little bit nipply this morning.
Nipply. You want to know what the Grizzlies lead the league in? Can I just say what they lead the league in? Punching people in the junk. That's what they lead the league in.
That's
all right.
true. Ron again? No, this time it was Jimmy.
Salt and pepper.
What's that mean?
It means he pushes it real good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.